The director this time won't be Keenan Ivory Wayans. He is part of the writing team though, but it's Michael Titties. He how do you say that? Titus Titties. Sorry, that's on my mind.
Michael Titties.
Michael Titties.
If you're a geek, have a listen. We got the news. This week's edition. Talking movies, games, TV, and comics. Turn it up. Field of Geeks podcast. It's the Field of Geeks podcast. It's the Field of Geeks podcast. It's the Field of Geeks pod. Field of Geeks. You're listening to the Field of Geeks podcast.
Hello and welcome to Field of Geeks episode 240. I'm Josh.
I'm Jonah.
I'm Bill.
How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Yeah, just catching up on things. We haven't recorded for a while, all of us, but we've had plenty of content.
That's gonna be like a 6-hour recording.
What's that?
It's gonna be like a 6-hour recording with all the stuff you have to talk about.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold it down, but yeah, we have a lot to cover today. We'll have some quick news items, box office status, trailer reactions, reviews, and more, of course, as usual. But to get things started with our icebreaker, of course, Val Kilmer actually left this realm a year ago today, which is weird to be recording on this. I mean, this is a Wednesday, so this won't be out probably till Thursday or Friday. But today, it's like, wow, it's really present. But anyway, there's this new movie coming out. It's called As Deep as the Grave. And he plays Father Fenton, who's a Catholic priest and a Native American spiritualist. And with the cooperation of his estate, they've okayed the filmmakers to use his likeness, like render an AI, because he was never able to actually film on set. He got the part like 5 years before his death. Mm-hmm. Really loved the part. And, he already kind of embraced AI through the tech they use, the satanic AI-powered voice.
Are you saying satanic?
Well, yeah, maybe it's a disguise there. But yeah, that's what they use for Top Gun Maverick, So
did he ever, record voice lines for this? Or
I don't believe so.
Kind of
I think this is all, they're going to use younger images of him, footage, and his voice, of course, with this technology.
Great that it's being done, with the permission of his estate and everything like that.
Yeah.
But I think that sets a really dangerous precedent.
Yes. Well,
even if actors are dead, they're not really dead.
Exactly. Yeah, it gets to be really a gray area. But yeah, the director and writer of the movie really wanted Kilmer for this part. And so, yeah, they know their decision's controversial, but they do think AI could be used ethically, which I do believe. But yeah, it's like you can go too far easily, I'd say, with any type of technology like that. It's like, oh, if we could just get one more scene, like, okay, let's do this. But
if it's,
But yeah, I will throw up a picture, of course, of what this looks like. It looks pretty good. But yeah, it still has that, what do they call that?
Uncanny Valley.
Yes,
yeah.
I feel it does anyway. Like, it's kind of almost like borderline video game appearance. You know how a lot of people are in...
Right.
A lot of celebs are in these games, but the discussion on all this I wanted to have was, with these tech resurrections, they've been done before, but we have AI now, which really is powerful and becoming more and more hard to tell. You'll bump into so many people that are like, yeah, did you see this new trailer? Like, oh god, no, it's not real, man. James Earl Jones, before he died, he sold his voice rights to Disney and a Ukrainian AI firm called Respeecher in 2022. So Darth Vader will live on forever, basically. Matthew McConaughey, Michael Caine, and others do business with AI technologies. To ask you guys, when should it be used? What's the limit on that? And do you think it's more acceptable if the family's behind it?
Yeah, I think if it's being used with the creator's permission or with the actual person's permission, then who am I to say that it's inappropriate? I think when it's being used without their permission, like I saw something today, much different, but it was like
not a mainstream type of deal.
Right, where someone had taken a comic book artist's artwork and then had done some doctoring in like Chat GPT with it, and they're like, this is by such and such and Chat GPT AI. And I'm like, I'm sure this artist does not want their name associated with AI in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Right.
Because artists in particular are very, very touchy about it, and I understand why.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't like.
I can't
too much.
I
about
typically can't stand it because I'm at the point now I don't know what's real and what's fake anymore.
Right.
And so I question everything, like every video, every reel that I see, every image. I'm like, is this real? I don't know.
Pandora's box too, because it's like once you like get tired of creating something, you're like, I just need a little help this time.
Yeah.
You're gonna get that taste, and it's like then you're gonna maybe lose your creativity, and it's all gonna be kind of just this generic thing.
And where
using.
where does it end? So with this in particular, yeah, okay, so his estate gave the blessing to use it for this movie. Does that extend to that clip being used in other things? Does that extend to, I'm not saying it's going to be merchandising, but merchandising. And
he probably won't be the last
commercials.
one this happens to,
Right.
So yeah, definitely. Yeah. And also it was like, well, it would never, maybe someday could get that far, but like award season.
Yeah. What happens? What happens when
I lost
dead
to a
Val
dead man.
Kilmer wins an Academy Award for this performance?
Right. Right.
Where do you draw that line?
Right. And also, you hate to say it. I'm not saying his family's this way, but there's a lot of families out there like they were just raised with money and they can't function without it. So it's like, yes, of course, use mom or dad's likeness all you want. Just keep the money coming.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's obviously something the actor has to put in their estate, guidelines if they, feel like the kids will misuse his likeness for just dumb shit,
Right.
stuff that he would never be a part of.
Yeah, if they don't word, if it's not worded appropriately, who's to say that you don't have deep fake Val Kilmer porn in 2 years?
Right.
And then as a state's like, oh well, we didn't mean for that to happen, but then you can't stop it.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
Well,
it's a slippery, like Bill said, it's a slippery slope, and I think
I've just seen
I've got my reservations.
Yeah, there's this popular one out now where like I don't know if you've seen it, but they'll take like a clip from movies and the co-stars like one will just punch the other. And I saw this like with the Notebook. They were like punching each other. It was so weird. And then they did the Avengers like at the end when they assemble and like Hulk starts making out with Thor and it's like, what the fuck is this? It's like just all your fantasies are just thrown out there. But yeah, if you're the actor, it's like, no, you're not going to put me in that position or whatever. If it got more intense, obviously. But
wasn't this the whole reason like they had the SAG-AFTRA strikes?
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
A while back too, was because like they wanted to basically own like Matt Damon's likeness. And
Yes.
They wouldn't have to pay him as much for his
The residuals or whatever, pay the estate the residuals.
I think as long as that's happening with this case, they are paying the estate, so everything's like on paper, I guess, good. But yeah, you kind of lose some of that artistry, and it hurts other actors who are striving to have a career just on the same level if they're even capable.
Could you
of it.
imagine losing a part to somebody who has been dead for 10 years?
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's
Like-
happened in elections before. People have lost to dead people. I mean, they
That's-
dig during the run or whatever, and it's like,
Yeah.
nah, I'd rather have a dead person.
I'm not a fan of it personally. Like I said, I've got my reservations about it. I don't like it.
Yeah,
But if
family's okay
the
with it.
family's okay with it, if the estate's okay with it, if the actor signed
Yeah.
off on it or whatever, then I mean that's their hill to die on, right?
As a tool, it can be useful, but as a crutch, it can be dangerous.
Yes.
If that makes any sense. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like that slippery slope. It's like, I get it for like, when actors have died during production, like, remember Gladiator, the ringleader of the Gladiators, that actor, Oliver Reed, I believe, he died like close to the end of production. And so that was one of the big first CG bringing someone back they did on that scale. Before it was like in TV for like commercials and such, but I think it was pretty flawless, and it still holds up pretty well. But yeah, that those cases, I definitely see more acceptance of it. But yeah, with a whole rendering of a performance, though, I get it. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm curious to see it, but I'm sure it's not going to feel quite right.
If you get to the point where like, oh, this person would be perfect
Yeah.
casting for this movie, but they've been dead for 15 years. Let's just
Yeah,
put in a Chat GPT prompt and put them in the movie anyway.
yeah.
That
Yeah, because
That kinda sucks.
you take their decision making out of it basically. I mean, it's up to their estate, but if they were alive, like, would they really want this part? You know?
Yeah. It's kind of like Futurama, where everybody's just a head in a jar.
Yeah, yeah. That's next. That's when AI fails. Like, we got to keep the brain alive. Yeah, we lost two legends. We've lost many legends, of course, but obviously we don't want to do a whole show on talking sadness.
We
but
We could make that a whole separate podcast, honestly.
Oh, I know. Sadly, sometimes it feels that way, but
The Field of Geeks Deadpool.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris,
Who's gonna
guys.
pick it this week? You know, it's kind of weird because I just recently got my dad gave me a book of his that was signed by him. That he got signed when he was in Houston. It was about his journey becoming like a Christian.
Yeah, sure.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
And then so you're not getting it back, Dad. I'm using that to retire. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it was just one of those things. Like, man, kind of like Betty White. Like, you never thought they were going to die.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
I know, especially all the memes about him, you know, like one was pretty good. This might not be exactly what was said, but it said apparently it took death 5 years to muster up enough courage to tell him he was dead.
like he actually died 5 years ago. And
Right.
Death finally killed him.
Yeah, many different
I
sayings.
love those memes, man.
And I think
Yes.
those memes will live on.
I actually looked them
Yeah.
up. They started back in 2005. It was known as Chuck Norris Facts, and
Yep.
they were exaggerated, humorous takes on his character. And Norris endorsed some products with the same ilk, and it inspired books, video games, and a lot of appearances he did, like on talk shows and so on. And I hope they continue.
He even
I really
brought
do.
that into Expendables.
Yeah, I love that.
Expendables. That was awesome.
Yeah,
He
that
had
was
a great sense of humor with that too.
I
think that was really cool.
Yeah,
Just
that's
kinda
what was
leaned
nice
into
about it. That's what sold it. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, he was a martial artist, black belt in karate, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, judo, and he even, like, I guess, formed his own method, which was Chun Kuk Do. So, didn't know that.
I did not know
When you're a
that.
celebrity, you can do
It does
whatever you
sound
want.
made up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Served in the U.S. Air Force.
Yep.
And a fitness icon. I had one of his total gyms. It was pretty nice. But yeah, had to get rid of it. It took up so much room. But it worked. It worked. He just, it's kind of like a guillotine sometimes. Like, I hope my head doesn't get quite a rush.
That's awesome.
When you work out.
What was your favorite Chuck Norris movie?
I didn't really know of his like canon work or anything like that.
Yeah.
Which he did a shit ton of those films.
Yeah.
I know that. Sidekicks was probably my first big memory of his. Of mine. I'm sorry. And yeah, I don't know if he came to Iowa, but I remember like Fox 17. They were like promoting it or something, and he was interviewed by them or something. And I don't know.
Yeah.
It just kind of got me like, who's this Chuck Norris guy? And yeah, so was that movie. And
Sidekicks?
obviously, Walker Texas Ranger. I didn't really get into that show.
Yeah, I never
but-
watched that one.
I loved
watched
when
Walker.
Universal owned NBC at one point, and Conan O'Brien would show the clips because they could, and he had like this lever by his desk, and he was just like every episode of the show for a while they would show like a couple of clips, and
Yeah.
there's popular memes out there and so on, like the Haley Joel Osment one where Walker tells me I have AIDS. Everyone's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But he made an appearance on that show to kind of poke fun of himself. Expendables 2 was awesome. That was probably the last time he was in a big movie, and I thought it was a great scene, and I don't know if he ever came back after that one to the franchise, that is.
How many of those have they made now?
Well, they made 4, and I heard 4 was just bad.
4 was
so.
horrible.
I never saw it. I've only
I
seen the
like
first
3.
three.
I know 3 gave it, a lot of people gave 3 shit, but I had the extended cut. Maybe that helps. But that's when they like bail Wesley Snipes out and they do a tax evasion joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was basically the films I knew him for. Any other ones? Did you guys know any of the canon ones he did?
Oh
like
yeah,
Delta
I grew up on like
Force
the Invasion USA.
and Missing in Action.
Missing in Action
Yeah.
was classics.
Yeah.
Invasion USA was one of my favorites. There was the Hero and the Terror. He was in one called Hitman.
Okay.
Yeah, he had a lot of, and that's when he had like the ponytail. I was like Ponytail Chuck.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, yeah. Which was funny in Sidekicks. You get to explore all his looks. He had like a mullet in one scene,
Yeah, yeah.
trench coat.
I still have my Karate Commandos action figures, my Chuck Norris
Oh, yeah, I
Karate
remember
Commando
those.
from that cartoon.
That's funny.
Very cool.
still
Everybody
have
had a
my-
cartoon in the 80s, like Mr. T. and-
Mr. T had a cartoon. Chuck Norris had RoboCop had a cartoon.
Yes, yep, sure did. Yeah, he also fought Bruce Lee in Way of the Dragon, which in the U.S. was Return of the Dragon. You remember him from that a lot. I do anyway, because he didn't have a beard. But he had like all this chest hair, which later on he shaved all that shit off.
Like Chewbacca.
Oh my god,
He was
that
in
was a hell of a fight.
what was the other one? He was in the Octagon was another martial arts one from the 80s that he did.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Still had the chest hair, or was it disappearing by then?
I don't recall. I was not watching it for the chest hair.
He was cutting it off, putting it up on his face.
Yeah.
The one that was so bad it was good, and I can't remember the name of it now, but like right after 9/11, it was a like made for TV movie he did for like CBS, where he
really?
single-handedly went after the Taliban or something like that. It was
Him and Geraldo Rivera.
yeah.
I got my gun. Like, shut up, dude.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't remember that. So do you recall if Walker was still on? Maybe he had a deal with CBS?
this was after Walker, I think.
That might be a Field of Geeks at the movies.
Yeah, it was like a made-for-TV one, so I don't even know if we'd be able to get it. It's probably on Paramount somewhere, but
Probably.
I'm sure there's a pirated YouTube version of it somewhere.
Yeah, there's got to be.
Were you guys Walker Texas Ranger fans?
No.
We watched it every week.
He sang their theme song, I think.
I didn't even know it had a theme song. I've never seen an episode of Walker Texas Ranger.
Upon you, yeah.
Yeah.
I did watch one of the episodes of the remake with the kid from Supernatural,
Yeah, that didn't last too long.
but I never saw the Chuck Norris
Yeah.
version.
I love some of those 90s
was-
television, like Renegade and shit. I mean, that was like the other dude producing.
So
but,
Lorenzo Lamas. Was
yeah,
in it.
but you were actually into Walker? Like,
I
or
wouldn't
did
say
you
I was
laugh at it,
into
kind
I
of?
just say
Yeah.
we watched it every week.
yeah.
But
Wait, hold on. You're not watching it every week if you were not into it.
well, my dad watched it every week.
Okay.
He didn't have a phone then to be like,
just-
yeah, that's cool, Dad.
Yeah.
I mean, adult me could go back and watch it and get shit faced if I did like a drinking game every time he threw a roundhouse kick. But
Slow motion, you
Yeah.
would die if you
like
did that game.
slow motions, yeah.
How much slow motion can we do?
All I remember from that is that the hacker from Die Hard and
Yes.
the and like the big country dude were in it, like Big Hoss guy or whatever his name was. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
I forget that guy's name. He does a lot of like Western or not.
He was a
Western,
character actor.
Yeah.
yeah. He was in Last Boy Scout and Ace
the,
Ventura.
the guy from Last Boy Scout.
Yeah.
You're talking the guy that played like the owner of the football team in the Last Boy Scout? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was in it too. But
who plays some football? Yeah, he's the one that has a nice little surprise at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Opens the
yeah.
suitcase.
I love The Last Boy Scout.
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
I
That's like
love
one of
that
my
movie.
all-time favorite action movies.
Friday night's a great
Night for football. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. Love that movie.
Oh, and Billy Blanks. Was it Billy Blanks? He was the quarterback in that.
he was
In the
Killed
beginning.
himself, right?
Yes. Yeah.
What did he say
Yeah.
when he did it?
Ain't life a bitch.
life-
Yeah.
Bitch.
Yeah. And then 5 years or 6 years later, Tybo, 7, whatever.
Yeah.
Talk about another trend in
That's what got him his
exercising.
big break. No, I'm just kidding. He probably didn't.
Considering I didn't know that was Billy Blanks until like, I don't know, 20 years after that movie came out.
Right.
Yep.
And I'd watch that movie like when I was a kid. I had that on like VHS, and I would watch that movie. It was like my weekly rotation
Yeah.
of like VHS tapes.
Oh yeah.
It's like cars blowing up. The bad guy was cool.
Every other word was an F bomb.
Yes.
Why did Mr. Milo cross the road?
Because his dick was stuck in the chicken.
Probably one of my favorite Bruce Willis movies.
I gotta see that. I have not seen it in a long time. I don't
That's
even know
a
if I
great-
have it on DVD.
That's a great movie.
Oh, I know.
I've got it
I
on
need
DVD.
that on DVD.
Yeah.
I
I'll
don't
loan it
think
to
I
you.
have it on
'Cause
I actually have it.
I also have it on digital.
I
so.
should have it out here, but I actually have a football that has Last Boy Scout on it. It's a promotional piece that my
you-
parents got.
Dude, that's dope.
I know.
That's awesome.
right?
What?
Didn't throw it around, so
Well,
it's still in good shape.
my birthday is coming up.
Okay.
Just saying.
Put a bow on it for you.
Here we go.
James Tolkien, we lost
Yes.
as well. Played Vice Principal and Marshall Strickland in the Back to the Future trilogy. He's in Top Gun, Dick Tracy, Masters of the Universe, which we'll be talking about later on. Problem Child 2, known to play strict and intimidating types of roles, but also could, be a little lighthearted, I guess, kind of goofy. He served in the military in the Korean War. He was 94 years old.
Man, good
He kind
run.
of just disappeared though after. Then I saw him at the conventions, like not in person, but like
Yeah.
on Facebook and such. And obviously
Yeah.
he wasn't in Top Gun Maverick. He kind of could have been. I don't know, maybe too old, but
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
if Maverick is still flying airplanes at 60,
that's true.
who's to say he couldn't be a vice
he's a-
admiral somewhere?
Intimidating guy though. Like he's
Yeah.
in Top Gun for like what, maybe 5 minutes. because he's
the first.
commander on
He's like in the
carrier.
first few scenes, and then the last few
Yes.
scenes
Yeah.
is all he's in.
God, he was good at delivering lines to them, and
He was.
No one could chomp a cigar as good as him.
that was good. Yeah. And then you had was it Tony Scott that made that film? Mm-hmm. All the sweat in the control room with the lights and shit.
Yeah.
Tony Scott liked his sweaty,
Yeah, he did.
dark,
Love sweaty
lit
dudes.
rooms. Because he also did like Crimson Tide, which is a bunch of dudes in submarines are all sweaty and it's dark.
Yeah.
Gandolfini's just sweating buckets.
Yeah. Oh god. I have to like look into that if I was like just spritzed on or they actually kept it hot in there. You know, if it's authentic sweat.
Well, I know like Alien, when they did it, it was because the lights they had were so
Oh sure.
intense.
Oh yeah.
It just made,
yeah.
that's why like
Yeah. So the Scott brothers had the same type of
could have
taste
been,
in
yeah. You never
filming.
know.
Any thoughts or memories of him?
Just
Other than he was in like every movie you watched as a kid.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
exactly.
you didn't even know who it was. He was such a good character actor.
He was.
Well, I
mean, he
never
was-
really, kind of like we were talking before we recorded, like, I never really knew his name.
I didn't
No,
either.
I didn't
I
know.
was just like,
I didn't know his
oh,
name until he
that's-
passed away.
That's
Mr.
Stinger
Strickland.
from
Yeah.
Top Gun.
I was like, dude, that's the dude from Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have to see
Great
that
actor.
film. I've tried to watch it a few times.
Which
It
one?
was
Masters of the Universe? The original one?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a hard watch.
Yeah.
It's not aged super
Right.
well.
It's on the
Right.
Roku channel.
Is it?
Yeah, you can watch it for free on the Roku channel.
All I remember is like Courtney Cox is in it. Princess Leia is kind of hot in like a manly way.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not Princess Leia, Tila.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
getting my
Getting
my
you
nerd
That's the
franchises
evil-
confused.
like chick, right?
Not you. No, she's the good one.
'cause
Her
that-
and Man at Arms. And
Okay.
Yeah, she's one of the good
Whoever
ones.
the evil chick was, she had those eyes.
Evil Lynn.
yeah. Right on the nose there. Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was in a lot of Best of the Best too. She was in that one, and she's just very noticeable because of her eyes. Like she has that those blue with the little pupils. R.I.P. to those guys, and yeah, everyone else out there, stop dying. That would be helpful.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Give us less topics to talk about.
Yeah,
On
right.
a podcast.
Right.
That's-
Exactly.
That'd be great.
Let's get into box office. So last weekend, Project Hail Mary for its second week was #1. Hoppers, They Will Kill You, which I did want to see that.
I wanted to see that too, and then my son was like, "No, I heard it's terrible." But I don't know.
It looks great.
I want to
but
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll just wait for it.
I don't mind her wardrobe in it either.
I'll
you
wait
know,
for it to
that's
come
pretty
out.
nice. Yeah. Reminders of Him. And
Which I don't even know what that is.
I don't either.
I don't either.
Sounds like sounds like a chick flick.
Handar, The Revenge, Ready or Not 2.
Which I
Here
saw that.
Come, Scream 7, Goat, Undertone, and Forbidden Fruits. So,
I've heard of a handful of those. I've seen Ready or Not 2, and I've seen Undertone. Both were solid watches.
nice. Yeah, I really want to see Project Hail Mary.
I've heard good things.
Yes, and then of course today, Super Mario Galaxy came out.
Now, is this a sequel to the last one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Which
Sure
I never
is.
saw. So
Yeah, no, it's pretty.
It's
pretty
for
solid.
it's a pretty solid movie
Yeah.
for I mean Illumination really they can print their own money at this point.
Yeah,
but
pretty
they're-
much.
They're pretty good with animation and stuff like that. For a video game movie, I mean, not that we have a lot of great examples, but it's a pretty good one.
I liked it. It wasn't terrible. I still want a
Yeah.
live action, another attempt at a live action.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be stupid.
Bob
but
Hoskins and John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
I know,
We'll
man.
bring him back with AI.
I do want to watch that with Field of Geeks at the movies.
I would
think there
love
might
to
even
do
be a
that.
director's cut, because it was supposed to be different than what we got, and that would have been
Yeah.
interesting. But still, it's like, why would you make it so dark and just weird? Like,
Yeah.
no,
I remember seeing that at the theater and coming out and being like, that did not look like Super Mario.
no, it didn't.
Brothers.
The poster looked more like it than anything,
Yeah.
you know. And they don't get into that outfit till the end.
I was like, those were the Goombas.
Yeah,
I was like, those did not
Yeah.
look like the little mushroom dudes.
right. It's just this goo everywhere.
Koopa
too.
Troopers.
Yeah, yeah. You got most of that cast returning, and new additions are Brie Larson as how do you say that, Rob?
Rosalina.
Rosalina. Yes, she's like a galactic princess or galactic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much of the expansion.
After
of
Mario 64, man, that's,
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
still
know.
stuck on regular Mario, but Donald Glover's Yoshi and Glenn Powell is Fox McCloud.
that's
which-
cool.
And Star Fox was a great
That's
game,
really
so
cool.
the fact that that's being added in, I think, is pretty sweet. Now, the Donald Glover as Yoshi, does Yoshi talk?
He says Yoshi.
So he's like Vin
like a
Diesel
Pokemon.
kind of part for him.
Yoshi.
Yeah, that's all
Okay.
he's got to do. Yeah.
Which Donald Glover's kind of a silly dude anyway, so I mean that's a good part for him.
Yeah, easy payday. Was Star Fox a N64
Yeah.
introduction?
It
was,
started off on Super
Nintendo was
okay.
yeah.
It was the first game to have the FX chip.
That was like the whole marketing behind the game even.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, that was just revealed. Glenn Powell being the voice, I think, like last week.
I'm
Late
excited
into-
for that because that means we're working up to a Smash Brothers movie. I can't
cool.
wait for that.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's probably the next place to go, right? I don't know what else
Well,
you could do
because
with Mario.
there is a it's going to be live action.
Luigi's
but they're-
Mansion.
That's true.
Oh, I'd love a Luigi's Mansion.
That'd be cool.
Mario's
Make it
missing.
scary as shit.
Yeah, is that when they introduced like Wario and all that shit, or?
Oh, Waluigi and Wario?
Yeah,
No.
No, they were introduced way before.
They were introduced
Oh, they were,
way
okay.
before that.
maybe they'll be in this one. I don't know.
We got Mario Kart.
Yes.
Yeah, there is a live action Legend of Zelda in the works.
Okay. I guess I thought Illumination was going to do.
Yeah, because weren't they going to hire? They were talking about casting that one trans actor as the princess.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they were
As
going to do
Zelda.
live action. For some reason I thought it was going to be like in the vein of the Mario movies.
I don't know. I mean, it would make more sense if they went that route because Sonic is in Smash Brothers eventually.
Oh shit! A crossover.
Well, Smash Brothers has like who isn't in it?
right.
You
Yeah.
know, fucking Minecraft Steve is in it.
Is
What
it the
movie-
is it the same studio though that did the Sonic movies that's doing the Mario? 'Cause
No,
it's-
Paramount
that's got to
did
be like a
Sonic.
licensing nightmare.
Yeah, that'll be like
Yeah,
a
it will
Spider-Man Marvel type of deal, and I don't know if they'll even consider it.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's-
they will.
Now I do like the idea of a Mario Kart movie and have it done like kind of like wacky races, like that old cartoon from back in the day with the Hanna-Barbera characters.
Yeah.
that'd be kind of fun.
Or like flesh it out into like F1 type of movie, like a movie about racing,
Yeah,
but it's just goofy as shit.
like Speed.
That would be pretty cool.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It looks good.
Yeah, I wanna see
I'll
it.
take my daughter to see it because she's a big fan, and
yeah.
you know it's one of the main reasons we're going to Universal this year is for Mario World.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
With box office, Jonah and I both have seen each have seen a film that's on the box office list currently. I saw Scream 7 weeks back.
How was that?
I liked it. It's not the best addition to the franchise, but I think the studio got a moderate hit when they were in panic mode because they had to fire Melissa
Well, they didn't have
Barra.
to. They chose
Well, they
to.
didn't. No,
They chose
it was
to.
over her Gaza support,
Right.
And then Jenna Ortega followed suit. So like their character arcs were like heavily like going to continue, and of course they just like speed bump. And Nev Campbell got what she wanted, which is why she wasn't in the last one. She got a huge payday for this, which I'm happy because you know she's the original.
And she can't seem to do anything else.
Right. I mean, she does like artsy stuff, but other than that, she'll count her Scream money. I enjoyed it. It's not my favorite Scream movie, obviously, but I think I do see a lot of issues, like there's like lack of some character development, but like it's Scream. They're not all home runs, but it was still enjoyable. And yeah, there was quite a cast, and they do bring back some familiar faces in a clever way. I did think it was a tad weak in the execution. I don't really want to spoil it, but it goes like right into like, holy shit, okay, this is happening, and it's like, all right, I guess that's plausible. Isabella May, she's been in a few things. 1892, Faith Hill and Tim McGraw, that Western they did.
Yeah, yeah.
She was the daughter in that one.
The narrator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. And you know, she was also the one that spoilers passed in that. I know. I'm sorry. You were just gonna
Well,
watch it tonight.
I mean, it's 1892. They've all passed.
right. Yeah. That's the way you look at it, right? It's not really
What if
spoilers.
that guy's still alive?
But yeah, she was a pretty good addition as the daughter. Yeah. So the killer goes to Sydney's new town she lives in with her husband and daughter, and McKenna Grace is in it. But yeah, they introduced these new characters, but it's just kind of
Feels rushed.
Go. Yeah. It does. And yeah, it's definitely not predictable in a few spots. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to give too much away.
That's actually probably the best compliment you can give a horror franchise that's on its 7th movie is that if it's unpredictable still in certain areas.
Yeah.
So that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, like mostly it's probably predictable, but yeah, some of the things like, it's not going there at all. Like I thought, okay, interesting. I know they're working on an 8 already. Now we're not going to talk about this, but so Buffy, they were going to do a reboot, and apparently it was terrible. Like the studio didn't like it, so they pulled the plug.
Like a reboot of the one with Luke Perry in it?
No, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Of the Joss Whedon one.
Yes, exactly. So that was pulled, and so Scream 8's going to get those writers. So if it really was bad, it's like...
That's
but
a great
again,
sign.
it's Scream. But yeah, it sucks because ever since 5... They've been kind of on a roll, 5 and 6, and the 7th one was going to complete this trilogy. Same director was doing the 5 and 6.
I've got a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, it reinvented the franchise. It really brought something new to it in 5, and so.
Well, I'm pretty sure the 5 and 6 were both directed by the guys that did Ready or Not and Ready or Not 2.
Oh, okay,
and
I
Abigail.
Didn't look into that. Well, that's a great segue.
Yeah.
Into
Ready
or Not 2. Here I come.
Ready or Not 2, here I come. Yeah, I saw that one yesterday afternoon. Caught a late matinee before an evening meeting. It was good. I mean, I liked it as well as the first one.
Yeah.
And the first one was great. And this one picks up right after where that one leaves off, takes it in kind of a new direction, it kind of expands the lore of the, of the families.
Yes.
It's not just a family; it's families that have kind of made this deal, and yeah, it's good. It's bloody. It's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I love the trailer.
Good cast.
Yeah.
I love Samara Weaving's awesome as usual.
Yeah.
She is great.
Sarah Michelle Gellar's in it.
Yeah.
You've got Sean Hatosi.
He's in the Pit.
He's in the Pit.
Yeah.
He was in like The Faculty back in the day.
Yeah, I love that he's
Wild
getting this
Kingdom.
comeback. Like he's gotten awards for the Pit
Or Animal Kingdom, rather.
He was kind of like this character actor.
Yeah,
but he kind of he didn't see him anymore.
He's making a comeback, and he's good.
Yeah.
He's good in everything. And it's totally different character from the Pit as it is in this,
Right,
which
yeah.
is awesome because my wife's like, I love him in the Pit. He's so cool. And then in this, she's like, man, what an asshole.
Yeah. I just love how they're like executing or trying to like shoot at her in the golf cart, and they're just casual with it. Like this is what we do all the time.
It is. It's good. Elijah Wood is good in it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good cast, and it's one of those where we got up to the ending, and I was like, I don't know how this is going to go, and it went this way, and I was like, that's good.
Is it predictable?
No,
No.
I didn't see it ending that way.
Is it a stretch from the
No.
first ending? Okay.
No, not at all.
Does
So-
it take it up a notch? Like this is where we could go in the second or the third one, if there is a third
I
one?
don't know. I mean, it's close. It ended enough where like you could probably not do a third one,
Yeah.
and be just fine. If you did a third one, there is probably some ways you could do it, but yeah, it was it had a good ending in terms of if that was the last one, that'd be cool.
Kind of like phone booth or not phone booth, Black Phone 2.
Yeah,
Right? That was a good
kind of
addition.
expanded on the
Didn't have to
lore,
really go
right?
anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the same two directors that did the first one. They also did
Okay.
Abigail, which I'm a big fan of.
I just gotta see that. I see spoilers all the time though. That's my problem. Like,
Abigail,
I wait too long. I already know some of these people are gonna turn.
These directors,
Yeah.
they do a really good job of mixing like kind of the horror elements and the comedic
Right.
elements to it.
Yeah.
Because Abigail's one of those that's like funny and action packed and gory.
Well, the trailer, like you think it's going like, oh, they kidnapped this kid.
Yeah,
It's like, oh,
yeah, but yeah,
in trouble.
Abigail's good.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense
Ready
because
or
they
Not 2 was
brought
good.
what's her face to this Ready or Not 2, who plays her sister.
Yes,
Yep.
correct. Yeah, and she's good in it. Yeah,
Good. Yeah. I want to see that. I think I saw the first one just at home, rented it or something. It was a
Yeah.
sleeper hit,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but I loved it. That ending was great, and the whole thing was great. I watched it with my wife, and it was fun. So I haven't seen it in years, but this one does look good. I wish it well. I hope it. Well, at least you get 2 of them for sure, right?
Right.
Despite the box office results, but
Yeah.
One, it's one of those two where it might a lot of these movies too because.
take a while. To,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them, they don't get the runtime in the theater that they deserve, but they all kind of find the second life
yeah.
after the theaters.
Yes.
Where they become bigger hits.
And hopefully
afterwards.
their budgets are pretty low,
Yeah.
so they'll definitely.
I mean, because that's what happened with Megan 2. Megan 2 bombed at the theaters and it's gained legs on the streaming.
Oh, I liked it.
Dude,
Yeah.
it was good.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it, I think, when we recorded previous, but
It was like T2 for Megan.
I was surprised
I felt like, yeah.
how much I enjoyed that movie.
Oh yeah, my daughter, she been wanting to watch it, and I was like, I've heard bad things. Like, I don't want to watch it, and then I'm just kind of like gradually watching it, and like, this isn't bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's not scary. You know, the first
Right.
one was kind of, I guess, not entirely scary, but it did have its moments. But this was just action, really. It
It
felt
was
like
more of like you ever seen that movie, The Good Son?
yes,
With
it's like-
Macaulay Culkin
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not really like necessarily a straight up horror, but it's like,
yeah,
and Elijah Wood, speaking of.
right.
That was a good one.
That was a hell of a movie. That was a tough watch kind of as a kid. Like that last
It
scene,
was.
It's like holy fuck.
If I let you go, think you could fly?
And his own mom. Oh my gosh. Don't want to give it away. I know it's old.
yeah.
No spoilers on a 40-year-old movie.
Right.
Or what, 30-year-old movie.
I'll wait till it's like 100 years in the future. And be like,
There you
yeah,
go.
they're all dead now. Haha. Hello, I'm Josh, and welcome to Quick News. Late night host Stephen Colbert has made his next move. He, along with his son, will help pen a screenplay for Lord of the Rings: The Shadow of the Past, a film that will serve as a prequel and a sequel to The Fellowship of the Ring. Colbert himself is a well-known Lord of the Rings fan. His idea, which was pitched to Peter Jackson, will explore parts of the book that weren't shown. The project is intended to fit within the existing trilogy. For now, Lord of the Rings: The Hunt for Gollum is due out December 17th, 2027. After 21 years, Firefly is back. Teased on social media and finally revealed by Nathan Fillion, the cast will be lending their voices and likenesses to a Firefly animated series. While the project is in an advanced state, it first needs a home distributor. Mark Guggenheim and Tara Butters will serve as showrunners, taking place between the 2002 show and 2005's Serenity. Expect many new voices to serve as cameos and new characters. Sadly, the voice of Shepard Book will be recast. Ron Glass, who originated the part, passed away in 2016. This project is blessed by Firefly's creator, Joss Whedon. Nothing says fashion more than a purse full of popcorn. Set to walk the runway with the release of The Devil Wears Prada 2 will be its very own themed popcorn bucket. Joining the ranks of Dune, expect this collector's item to feature gold stiletto pitchfork keychain charm attached to a fashionable tote bag tomb of buttery goodness. Get yours May 1st, 2026. Available at Regal and AMC theaters. Bradley Cooper's director's chair may be unfolding, this time for a period piece set in the 1960s. The film will take place in the Ocean's 11 universe. That's right, it's a prequel. Margot Robbie is slated to star alongside Cooper himself. While this new blood enters the Ocean franchise, don't expect the elders of the series to stay dormant. Plans are also underway for Ocean's 14. We here at Field of Geeks want to remind you to please like, subscribe, and share. I'm Josh, and this was Quick News. For topics today, we got a lot of trailers to talk about, so we'll hopefully get through them. Scary Movie is back officially.
It looks so good.
It looks really
It looks
good.
so good. I can't remember the last time. It was probably the Naked Gun trailer was the last trailer that made me laugh out loud.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
And this one, I laughed out loud several times on this
This one
one.
was really good.
Yeah, just from the jump.
It's going to be so
Well, and
inappropriate. I can't wait.
We need
Yeah.
that.
It's my kind of humor.
Yeah,
Exactly.
me too.
It's about time we just got back to the comedy where we just don't give a shit who we offend anymore.
Like offend everybody. It's
Yeah,
kind
fuck
of yeah,
Make fun of everybody.
yeah. And the Waynes are really good at doing that. I mean, they've done it in the first two Scary Movies, which the second one's grown on me. When I first saw the second one, I was not a big fan, but love it now, especially Chris Elliott's Butler. Oh my god.
The back
he's
and forth with him and the dude in the wheelchair.
That's hilarious. I'm going to be the bigger man and walk away.
Walk away.
And he's cutting the turkey. How about a leg? Yeah, those were classics, and they did all right after the first two. They kind of gradually got worse.
The fourth one I thought was really funny too.
Okay,
Which I know the Wayans weren't involved in that one,
or
but
the third one either. Yeah,
yeah,
Charlie
but-
Sheen was in the third one. That was like a Signs knockoff, which was pretty good. I don't remember the fourth one too much. There was 5 of them, I think.
the fourth one,
yeah.
The third one is the one where the Signs knockoff where the girl's hat just keeps getting bigger and bigger in
Yes.
every scene.
Yep.
The sheriff or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that movie was funny. And then the fourth one I think is where they riff on like War of the Worlds
Yes.
and a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, that one was really funny.
Yeah.
I enjoy all those
They were
movies.
they're pretty solid, and I'm assuming they'll maybe honor some of that. I know Anthony Anderson is in it, which he was in, I think, I don't know, 2 or 3 of them after they departed. And of course, you got Anna Faris is back, Regina Hall.
You cannot have a scary movie without Anna Faris.
Oh, she's great.
She makes those movies.
Oh my god, I love their
reunion scene in the trailer. Oh
Yeah.
my god, I was rolling on that.
and I love how they're like tackling the Halloween thing. Like Jamie Lee Curtis did in was it 2018 or 2019 that first in the trilogy. I love how she's got like a compound already, and yeah, they're making fun of everything, covering everything. You got a girl named Tuesday instead of Wednesday.
Yeah.
Sinners. Gonna do some half gay shit.
What do you mean half gay?
Sean Wayans. I love that. Dildo fight. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, this is going somewhere. And then, of course, the Terrifier, like Santa Claus.
The clown. Yeah.
And the little girl's like, what the fuck? The ball sack. Jesus.
Oh.
Oh, I love it. I hope it's successful. I'll definitely be there to see it. But yeah, it's definitely going to hurt people's feelings. I know it will. But
Fuck them.
yeah. Well, Tropic Thunder, I think that was the last great comedy. It really pushed it, and
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else after that. I mean, how much further can you go after you make Robert Downey Jr. play a dude in blackface? And it works. Like, gosh, there was so much in that film, like, it could have just
Never go full retard.
backfired so bad, and it probably would now, maybe. I don't know, but they talk about making a sequel to that. They shouldn't. I don't think.
No, don't touch it. Leave it alone.
You can't top it. I know they want to do like they want to do like a Les Grossman spin-off movie, I think, but I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know if I could handle a whole movie about Les Grossman anyway.
That might be too much. Yeah. But yeah, the Waynes are back in control for now. Hopefully it stays that way. The director this time won't be Keenan Ivory Waynes. He is part of the writing team though, but it's Michael Titties. He how do you say that? Titus? Titus Titties. Sorry, that's on my mind.
Michael Titties.
Michael Titties.
Hey, Ron.
He did A Haunted House and 50 Shades of Black, which were both Marlon Wayne's films. And he's done other ones too, of course. Our next trailer, Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Pretty hyped for this one.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh, yeah.
There's a couple of things that I'm just over it with. Number one, the Hulk, or Bruce Banner, has been fucking boring for so long. Like, I just want...
He's human again? That's interesting. Like,
he peaked in the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
And after that, they've not really known what to do with him.
Yeah.
I think it's also, I don't know if it's, I know solo movie wise they can't do anything because Universal owns that right, but yeah, Ragnarok was interesting because he kind of like matured more as the Hulk because he was the Hulk for so long, I guess. Like he was able to talk and stuff, but
I'm over Smart Hulk and his
I
weird looking
liked
kid.
it. I just think like I want to get back to fearing the Hulk when he turns.
Joe
Like
Fixit.
that scared the shit out of me. That first Avengers, like that was intense. Like when he transformed for the first time.
When they're on the helicarrier and he's like stalking through, breaking everything, trying to get to Widow.
Right, and then when he loses his shit in the second one, that was intense because you're like, how are you going to defeat this guy? And they're just taking.
Yeah, and then by the last two, he couldn't even transform into the Hulk.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When he got defeated by Thanos, I was like, what? This is the Hulk. Like in the comics, is that? I mean, do you recall if that's how it goes down usually, or
Thanos is kind of on a whole different
kind of like a god level more,
like,
right?
On a cosmic level, he would be, but like he had the Power Stone at the time.
Yeah.
So maybe,
Which I know they couldn't defeat Thanos in the beginning of that movie because
no,
that's it.
The whole point of the Hulk is the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets.
Yeah.
Right.
And there was a time where, Bruce Banner got incapacitated, but then the She-Hulk kind of hulked out and became much more like the Hulk.
Yeah.
And a lot less like the She-Hulk that, I grew up with.
Right.
Right now, the Hulk is like, the last few Hulk runs I've read have been more horror comics than superhero comics, and those have been my favorite Hulk comics. Because there's one right now that's out that he's like a lot more monstrous and like part demonic, and
Okay. Yeah.
it's good. It's enjoyable. I like that much better than, like you were saying, like a Smart Hulk or Mr.
Yeah, they just watered down basically. Yeah. Like I kind of want that intensity back.
Yeah.
And
It's a weird. With all the other scientists in that Spider-Man world,
right, yeah.
that because it's Dr. Connors is the one that's like narrating part of the trailer. I mean, he's got like a voiceover.
Is that who we think?
I think that's Dr. Connors,
Which is
the lizard.
the actor, though.
Is it Keith David?
Keith David.
Yeah.
You think he could be Dr. Connors?
That's my
See,
thought.
And the thing was too is I was like, there's so many doctor characters, so many scientist characters you could use.
That would have been.
already
You could have
kinda-
introduced. You could have introduced Otto Octavius.
Yeah,
You could have introduced.
like I can kind of see why they went away from that, because I know they weren't like the MCU versions or whatever, but No Way Home had Connors, Octavius.
That's probably
Osborn.
why, honestly, they didn't go with that, because it's a
Yeah.
rehash. It's
But
too much
like-
of a rehash, maybe.
Yeah, but I think it would have been a cool call. It would have been cool in my head if he goes in to get help and it's not Bruce Banner, but maybe he runs into Otto Octavius, not Doc Ock, but just Alfred
Otto.
Molina playing Otto Octavius, and like his reaction to that would have been kind of funny because he fought
Right.
him as Doc Ock from another dimension.
Right.
There could have been something cool to play with there versus
Yeah, I get it.
introducing
It's still very
another.
tethered to the MCU we
Yeah.
know of. I understand that, because
Yeah.
you've had Nick Fury part of the franchise, Stark, and
I am very much ready though to have a grounded Spider-Man story where he's not
Dimension hopping.
well that
or
and,
tech heavy.
being a sidekick to Iron Man.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Like the shot they show of him diving off the building, and then it shows the interior of his
Yeah.
mask, and it's like very claustrophobic. Like I love that
Do you like that?
part
Okay, yeah.
of it. What did you? I want to get Jonah's opinion on this because I know he probably has the same opinion I do on it. What did you think of the Scorpion?
I want him to look more like the comic book Scorpion.
He looks like what Scorpion probably would have looked like if we got an Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very robotic.
Yeah. I do like the I do like the more comic accurate, like the form-fitting kind of suit where
Yeah.
he looks like a scorpion basically, but
Yeah.
Yeah, like a green guy with a tail.
but
Kinda
I
going
am
with the cliche mech suit,
Yeah.
like the rhino hat.
I'm not a big fan of that because I didn't like that look for when they did it with the rhino.
Yeah.
and if you look at the suit from the Marvel's Spider-Man PlayStation game that Scorpion has, it's like kind of a good mix of the two.
Is it? Okay.
I wish they maybe. I mean, it's kind of dark. Can't really see it. It's kind of fast, but
Yeah.
hopefully they go with something more like that.
Yeah. And then who else is in the trailer? There's Boomerang. There's a clip of Boomerang in the trailer, which that could be fun to play with too, because Boomerang and Peter Parker were like roommates
Yeah.
for a time in the comics, and so that could be fun to play with. I don't know if they'll go that direction or not.
I'm
But
excited to see him do like the more street level, friendly
Yeah.
neighborhood stuff, like the Punisher being in it. That's great.
I'm very excited about that because I'm a huge Punisher fan,
Yeah.
and especially with John Barenthal as Punisher. So I'm very
It's a
excited.
clever way to cover up
God.
his motherfucker with the shooting the web
The
at his
web
face.
in his face, yeah.
I love the Punisher van. I don't know if I didn't see Punisher season 2, so I don't know if they ever introduced that.
See, I'm going
vehicle
back
or not,
and
or-
watching those now because I have not
Love
watched
the
any
first
of
season.
Born Again, of Daredevil Born
Oh yeah,
Again.
and I haven't either.
Yeah.
I try. Well, I did watch a couple, but it was kind of a Frankenstein together first season, I guess.
The first episode of the second season so far I've liked better than all of the first season,
Oh, good.
Yeah.
good. Yeah, because they had a clear.
and I think the
palette.
next episode should be out today or tonight.
Because we lost, did we lose Charlie Cox and D'Onofrio? They were here in town. Cox dropped out because I think he had to go reshoot.
Oh, for the convention last year.
Well,
Yeah.
no, it's actually our first convention we had a
Oh.
table at. They were both there. And yeah, Charlie Cox came last year finally,
Mm-hmm.
but D'Onofrio canceled again, which he's notorious for. But yeah, I think they filmed most of that first season and then they had to scrap it because it was not good at all. And Vanessa was originally in that first try. She was a different actress. They didn't bring back the original one like they have now. The mind control type of thing they've introduced. Some people say that's Jean Grey. And that
I think
Sadie.
that's going to be
Sink could
Sadie
her.
Sink's
Sadie,
character,
sorry.
whoever
Yeah.
she's playing.
You think it's Jean Grey?
I don't know.
It's probably Jean Grey.
I think so.
It probably is because
If I was a betting man,
and
Yeah.
the reason I was thinking that is that if he goes to Banner and he can't help him with his mutation, maybe he'll
Go to
Xavier.
Hank McCoy
wow.
or
Hank McCoy or
somebody else. Yeah.
That would be nuts if they introduced Xavier. That'd be really
well, because they do show the thing of him being like full body scanned in like an MRI thing. He's wearing a suit,
Yeah.
and I don't think Banner really would
Right.
have that. I don't know.
Right.
It seems like more X-Men type
Do
technology.
you think we'll see Hulk in this one, or is it just gonna be Banner?
No, I think you got a cameo from Banner.
Yeah.
I would
There's so much going on.
I
It'd be
would
hard
love to see like an out of control Hulk and Spider-Man go at it.
Yeah.
Because he can, depending on the writer.
Yeah.
He can hold his own against the Hulk, but at the same
Right.
time, I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope the explanation's good as why he's human form again. Because I mean, I guess She-Hulk.
He
that was
found a
flashback,
way to
though.
like be able to go back to his human form in She-Hulk.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Like they kind of explain that, but it's kind of like a hand wavy, like we did it because we don't want to spend the budget on CGI.
Right. It's expensive.
But I hope. I mean, I don't see them maybe with like tying up the whole multiverse thing. They'll kind of clip some of these threads that went nowhere.
Right.
But I don't want to see him like getting out of his car and like his little dorky son with the bowl cut comes up or whatever, the scar or whatever.
Oh God, that was weird.
I don't need to see him.
That was probably like the first and last time we see that son in the.
I hope so.
From She-Hulk?
That was just so
Yeah.
I hope
weird.
everyone just thinks of She-Hulk as a fever dream and
Yeah.
we move on. This is supposed to be the first in a new
Trilogy. Yeah.
and
More adult Spider-Man.
Supposedly they're working towards the black suit Spider-Man, and well, this is the only MCU movie or the last MCU movie we're getting before Doomsday.
Okay.
think.
Yeah. Yeah. You're probably right. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we're probably getting a series or two. Like
Yeah.
Born Again's out right now,
Right. Yeah.
but yeah, I think when they get into like the Secret Wars and stuff, they'll probably bring in the black suit and
Sure.
do all that. But I don't know. I'm just excited to see a more like down to earth Spider-Man, not in space going to a multiple dimensions.
Yes. Right. Yeah. The last one was
Also,
like so
dealing
big.
with Doctor
and
Strange.
he's got
all
a
that
practical
stuff.
suit, more practical suit. he
Yeah, and it actually
made,
like you can tell it's a little more like homemade too. Like it actually, I kind of like they put this detail in. I don't know if they did it practically or with CGI, but when he's diving off the building, like the suit actually like kind of ripples.
Oh,
like
sure.
the fabric
Yeah.
of it kind of ripples.
Yeah.
Like it's not, the little magic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Right.
push the spider in my chest and it's gonna be form fitting.
Right.
So
No,
that's
no more
kinda-
nano mask removal, which I hate.
God,
that's the worst.
Yeah, I always hated that too.
That's never
Yeah.
worked for me.
I don't want to see that ever again.
It just takes
but
me
I
out
know
of it, yeah.
that's asking a lot because
Yeah.
everybody relies on it.
Well, and it's more of a practical swinging approach too. They actually had him on a rig, like going
Yeah,
back.
you got a
and-
skull fracture from doing that.
Yeah, so that's probably like the con on that. But yeah,
Yeah.
The previous director, I think it was Tom Watts, I believe he did the last three, and he didn't believe in doing that type of rig system. He just did everything CG, which in some shots you can tell like, oh Jesus, but yeah,
They did.
it's-
Even so, though, I mean, they did do the over the shoulder stuff of him swinging.
Mm-hmm.
They did kind of do a little more practically
Yeah,
in the previous films, and that looked good. But
My biggest concern with this one is going to be kind of the same thing that hindered like Spider-Man 3, the Raimi ones, is just there's a lot in this.
throwing too many people in it.
I mean, if you've got cameos by X-Men characters, if you've got the Hulk in there, if you've got the Scorpion, Boomerang, you've got the whole transforming aspect of it or the mutating aspect of it. He fights the Hand at some point. There's
Yeah.
just so much.
which have you seen
in
people
there.
question that shot? Like they think there might be someone else beneath him, or maybe he's this like gigantic mutated spider, whatever spider,
I don't know. I think they're
man spider. Is that what he becomes? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
hope
don't know,
they
'cause
don't.
they've done
know
that trickery before, obviously, with Avengers
Yeah, they
Infinity War. With Hulk
well, they did it with the
running
last
and-
film.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because you could see Lizard getting knocked out by
Where
nobody.
they blocked out the other two Spider-Men.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
The thing is, like
Possible, then.
with like the build up to Doomsday, with it being as big of a thing as it is, they haven't really done what they did previously. where like there's all these little tidbits leading you up to it, and then you can just go into Doomsday.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of using this to like throw all those tidbits in.
Yeah, so introduce some of the X-Men characters who you're going to see in Doomsday. Introduce, but yeah, it just looks like there's so much. That's
But yeah, if they're just quick cameos, that's fine with me.
And that's what I
too.
think you're going to have. You're probably going to have, you know, Punisher is going to have maybe 10 minutes of screen time. You're probably going to have 2 minutes of banner time.
Right.
The Boomerang scene is probably a scene. The Scorpion scene is probably 1 or 2 scenes.
I can see him being more the big bad of this.
Yeah, there's
film.
probably a lot we haven't. There's probably even more we haven't seen.
Yeah.
And that's what, because Marvel does a pretty good job of their trailers of only showing you a fraction of what you're actually going to get.
They give you an appetizer,
right?
Not the main course, which I do
and,
like that.
And I like that, but just even when the appetizers, I'm like, oh, I'm so full for this appetizer. I'm a little nervous what the main course all entails.
The thing that I love and hate it at the same time, because I love the fact that like there's so many big fans of this movie out there already that are so hyped for it, but I also hate the fact that people like will spend just inordinate amount of time dissecting every little frame and being like, well, there's a black spot up in the corner here, so that means Venom's going to be in it. No, just enjoy the damn thing. Just wait for it to come out.
Yeah, people don't have that ability, man.
Yeah, I know. And then they get their hopes up so much for every little like.
And they probably have
theory
a
that
better
they
idea
think,
sometimes too than what happens.
Well, and they get themselves so overhyped with it that when it doesn't come about,
man. Yeah.
that they're like, oh, I'm going to give it a Rotten Tomatoes score because he didn't have Gwen Stacy. Like, who gives a fuck? Just watch the damn movie.
Yeah.
Now he's trying to rekindle his friendship with MJ and
Ned.
Yeah. Which
Ned,
seems
I
clever.
could
Like he's a neighbor of one of them, maybe, or something. He's definitely a social media friend.
Ned, I could see because I really want him to go to be the Hobgoblin.
That'd
at
be
some
nuts.
point.
Yeah.
But I'm so
It's a
over
pudgy
the MJ
Hobgoblin.
thing.
He's dropped some weight,
That's
but
a
yeah.
thick Hobgoblin.
Well, and the funny thing was he was getting into like some really good shape. Like at one point he was
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty. And
Kinda
I don't know
fluctuates,
if he just
yeah.
discovered a new type of Oreos or what. But
Yeah.
It's a Jonah Hill effect, up and down.
yeah, the Ozempic stuff's not really helping him.
Right.
Right. As it is right now, there's not a goblin glider that's going to carry him around the city.
The Goblin Crane.
I'm coming to get you.
Beep, beep, beep. Hold on, I'm coming. Pumpkin bombs a
Hit a
fucking
line.
Hostess cupcake.
I did like the joke of friendly neighbor, and
Oh yeah, she's like
Peter
friendly neighborhood.
Oh, friendly neighbor.
Yeah.
he's a friendly neighbor or something like that.
I'm
and
just,
he, like,
I know they're
does a
dating,
spit
but like
take.
I'm so.
I think they're
fucking-
married.
They're married now. Yeah, they got married.
Yeah, I'm over it.
Yeah.
I don't care about
It's-
seeing MJ in it
Yeah.
anymore. Like they could have gone with Betty Brant, Felicia Hardy.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you didn't have to go with Gwen.
And there's
Stacy,
no
but,
need
like,
for them to pursue a relationship between them at this point because comics
really
have
isn't,
avoided
like,
that for 20 years.
Yeah,
I mean, comics went way out of their way to make sure that marriage was annulled
yeah,
in the worst possible way.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's okay if they don't pursue that and introduce maybe some other love interests, introduce a Gwen Stacy into this trilogy, introduce even if she ends up getting killed off at some point, introduce Betty Brant, Felicia Hardy. I would love
Liz
me some
Allen.
Black Cat. Black Cat's awesome.
Black Cat's always been one of those characters that I absolutely love in Spider-Man because I like their dynamic. Anyway, it's the same reason I like the dynamic between Batman and Catwoman.
It would be fun if his roommates, like in college, was like Bobby Drake and Firestar.
Oh yeah,
From-
they could be the amazing
from Spider-Man's Amazing Friends.
That'd be great.
And also, that's how he gets introduced to Professor Xavier.
Yeah,
Be cool.
That'd be kind of
great.
fun.
Hey,
Again,
maybe.
that would not happen. But
Eventually make a new Warriors movie.
dude, I would love me some New Warriors.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be great?
I love Night Thrasher,
Speedball, Night Thrasher.
Speedball. One of the most unfortunate superhero names ever. And then he became Penance, which was much worse.
Yeah.
So
Now, did you guys like the Shang-Chi movie? Did you ever-
I only saw it the one time and I enjoyed it, but it's one of those where I've never had like the urge to like sit down and watch it again.
It's so far removed from anything from anything else they did in
Yeah.
the MCU at the time.
And if I recall too, it felt really long when I watched it.
it did.
Yeah, I don't remember the runtime. I liked it, but it wasn't like one of those like, oh my god.
There are a
Another
few of those
thread
Marvel
that went
movies where I
nowhere.
will just sit down and watch them over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And then there's some where I've watched it once and I'm like, and I'm good.
I'm okay unless I'm going to do like a marathon thing and catch up on Phase 4,
Sure.
which I don't know who would do that to themselves.
But yeah, this film has the same director, is why I brought it up.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of excited because like you can do so much more with Spider-Man than
Yeah.
you could in Shang-Chi.
Well, that trolley car scene or whatever it was in Shang-Chi was fun. Like,
That was one of the highlights of the
that was
movie.
intense.
great.
Yeah. Now we were talking about Punisher.
Oh yeah. So we got One Last Kill coming up on Disney Plus. This is in the same vein of their Werewolf by Night short that they did in like the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, which I had not seen, but I love the Werewolf by Night one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was excellent. So yeah, it's going to have an hour-long runtime. It's going to sort of bridge the gap between him being in Spider-Man Brand New Day and Daredevil Born Again, where he
Nice.
cameoed in that a couple of times. I'm stoked for it. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that's a longer runtime than I think in the last the Werewolf by Night. Weren't they that in the Christmas special? I think they were only like 30 minutes or so, maybe.
Yeah, this one's supposed to be 60.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to
I
that.
love me some John Bernthal anyway.
Dude, he is. Originally, I was like, Punisher. I didn't really see it because I really only knew him from like Shane in The Walking Dead.
Yeah, same.
and then also he was in like that Fury movie with
Oh, the Tank movie.
the Tank movie, which
That
was
was
actually
good.
good. I like that
Yeah.
movie.
A lot of shitty characters in that.
So yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, they were all terrible human beings. So I wasn't sure how that was going to go, but he's been like my favorite Punisher,
yeah,
even more so than Dolph Lundgren.
right. Yeah,
I love Dolph Lundgren as Punisher, dude.
it's like Tom Jane.
I like Tom Jane. I didn't care. I mean, the movie he had was just okay.
Yeah,
He didn't do as much punishing as I wanted him to do.
Yeah.
But
and you had Warzone, which was just,
I love that movie too.
yeah.
Dude, that
was
movie is
just
so
like-
like bananas.
They just go for it.
Yeah.
They don't hold back on the absurdity
No,
with that one.
The guy flipping on the roof and he just gets taken out by
Even
a
when you get
rocket.
like Dominic West, who I believe is British,
yeah.
from The
Jigsaw?
Wire,
Yeah,
playing
that was-
Jigsaw.
Oh, his transformation was terrible.
He
Oh,
leaned hard into that role though, with like the accent and
Yeah.
everything, and then
Sure.
it was So I actually like Warzone, but Barenthal's been my favorite Punisher. And you said you're going back and watching the seasons, or
I am,
you were
yeah.
watching the seasons.
So
I
I,
need
haven't
to as
seen
well.
it.
They're good.
If,
Dude, I don't know if you got to the episode in season 2 where he like takes on these guys like in this like weight room, in this gym weight room.
I haven't got
I
it.
got
Fucking
it. good.
brutal. What you
'cause
can do with like a 20-pound.
He's a maniac as a Punisher, just screaming and shit.
Yeah,
And-
well, like his first prison scene in
that was-
Daredevil was just that kind of set the tone.
Yeah.
And when I first saw that, I was like, oh no, I'm a big fan.
Our first episode of Field of Geeks back in 2015, we did talk about him being cast as a Punisher.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and I remember it came out of nowhere. Like, you kind of have your own list of who could play it. And,
Yeah.
And when they said it, I was like, oh yeah, why did I think of that? Of course. Like I thought it was a great pick from the start.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
He's very busy. He's in lots of projects, which is great.
it's good. He seems like a good dude too.
Oh, yeah,
so
for sure.
I'm all for it.
Lanterns. This trailer dropped as for HBO Max. Very gritty, I would say.
It's weird. It was a weird trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's not a lot of fantastical elements.
No,
going
and
on. There's a few, but not.
Green Lantern. You think of Green Lantern? Like when I think of Green Lantern, he's like space cop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bright colors.
Yeah.
Not just him, but his villains.
Yeah.
I think of the core as a whole. I think of the suit, the ring, and you don't really get any of those elements in this trailer at all.
No.
It's almost like a Green Lantern show without a budget.
Yeah, it feels that way for
Like
sure.
think of like
Kind of feels like a fan made almost. Well,
it really does. Where it's like, oh, we want to make a Green Lantern movie, but we can't show any special effects.
I'm hoping
Yeah.
that's going to be like the big reveal. Like
I hope so, too.
I think what they've said though, it will gradually get to the fantastical. It just starts out really grounded.
Right, but
Yeah.
but when the whole trailer for an entire series revolves around that, you're
I
going to
know.
have people like me who are going to call bullshit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because that's not what we want to see.
I mean, we've seen the lantern and we've seen the ring do
Right.
its thing, but yeah, we've seen him take flight.
The whole grounded element, that should be like 2 episodes.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's weird. It's like how do you keep 2 guys? Well, at least one guy who's got.
And then the
powers
other thing too
grounded
was the
like that.
weird line where, and I don't know how they'll play it off, where he's like, "I'm the only human." Blah blah. Like, what about Guy Gardner, dude?
Right.
Who's already been introduced
Which
as a
he's
Green
gonna be
Lantern,
in it, so
and we've seen him do Green Lantern shit
Yeah.
in Superman,
Yeah.
and so
I'm sure they'll match it up pretty well. But yeah, I mean, you could say,
maybe it's a flashback.
yeah, I mean, you could say the Guy Gardner's like he's got more flashy outfits because he's like paid or something because what's his face owns the
But
Justice
I like the
Society
idea. I love Hal Jordan. I love Jon Stewart.
Yeah, Kyle Chandler is
So
great. as
he's
Hal
a great Hal Jordan.
Too bad I didn't get him like 10 years ago with the right people. Like,
Yeah.
he's always one. Like, I know he's gotten his due, but man, he really could have been like, I remember he was in Peter Jackson's King Kong, I think.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
God, he's just a fucking movie star. He's got the
Yeah.
chisel jaw and everything.
Didn't
but
he
it's
play
like,
a movie star in that movie?
Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he's
Quite the opposite
good.
of his character. Yeah.
Yeah, he's always good.
Yeah.
This trailer left me cold.
Yeah, I as long as it pays off, like I feel like they're just kind of like.
I'll
holding
still
back.
watch it,
Yeah.
but-
I still will too. But yeah, if it's a lot of F-bombs, holy fuck.
Which that was jarring coming from,
Hal
because I
Jordan
don't
there.
imagine
Yeah.
Hal Jordan speaking that way.
Yeah. Kind of juvenile. I don't know.
I
They
just
do that.
when I picture Hal Jordan, he doesn't talk like that.
Right. Yeah.
And that's just because he never really talked like that in the comics that I've read.
Right.
And
Maybe he's
so-
older and that's why he's like, I don't give a shit. I don't know. But I mean, man, he's quite the trainer. He like left John in there in the car and what if he didn't get the ring in time? Like, that's pretty intense. That it was
Yeah.
a gamble. Just have the car go off the cliff. And then I was thinking like, I hope no one's down there.
Right.
They just launched the car off the cliff. Oh shit! I killed some
Yeah.
kids.
I'm still gonna watch it.
Yeah, there's like a murder mystery element in it or
Yeah,
something.
I'm
like a
still gonna
small
watch it,
town
but
that-
I'm not 100%.
Do you like
on
the
board.
suit they shown? Like,
The
like,
dusty old dirty.
if it would glow, do you think
suit.
it was a good design or?
The suit looks. I mean, yeah,
tactical,
other than the
kind of,
the
yeah.
like the color saturation or the
Right.
colors being taken out of it. I mean, and maybe it doesn't glow until he puts it on. I don't know.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, the suit looks fine.
some people are like
I'm gonna reserve judgment on that.
not happy that they're like, oh, we owe Ryan Reynolds an apology, and someone's chimed in like, Ryan Reynolds said that movie is a piece of shit.
Which the movie was a piece of shit, but it was more Green Lantern. I mean, but when you
Yeah.
think of Green Lantern, that's what you think of.
Right.
Yeah.
You think
Yeah.
of all that shit, even though
mean-
it wasn't super well executed.
The mask he had was probably like the worst part, but like,
Yeah,
the
the mask
suit
sucked.
itself was cool. Like it was like an energy type of. I
Yeah.
get what they were going for, and
Yeah.
maybe we'll get that with this eventually. But I think the cast is great.
Yeah, cast is good.
You got that what's his name? The Pierre guy.
No, that plays Jon Stewart.
Yeah. Aaron Pierre.
And it's funny because I think he'll be a good Jon Stewart. The guy I always pictured as Jon Stewart was the actor that played Diggle in the Arrow show.
Which they
Yeah.
kind of
That's who I always pictured as
Teased.
like. I always thought he'd be a good Jon Stewart.
yeah.
Yeah.
They did tease that for his character in like some other universe or something. Like he had a ring, and they're like, it's kind of like just thrown out there, like
Right, because people like me are like, he'd be a good
Yeah,
Jon
right,
Stewart.
right.
So like, here you go,
Right.
here you go, nerds.
Yeah. It's like they did with John Krasinski and
Well, yeah, as Mr. Fantastic.
yeah. I mean, that was far more like holy shit. they're
That
really
was
doing it.
definitely like,
Yeah.
all right, fans, like shut the fuck
like
up.
here we did it. Now
I
you
liked
shut
it. I
the
just
fuck
wish he
up.
didn't go out with like spaghetti. That was kind of a bummer, but I get it. That was just like a big like, isn't this cool? They're dead.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
Yeah.
spoilers.
But yeah, this is gonna be an 8-episode series, and there's not an exact date, but I think it's just the month of August. It's coming.
Yeah.
So I think it got moved back because of how Superman came out. I guess.
I'm wondering if we're going to get another trailer that's going to show more of what the fans want to see.
Maybe If there's enough backlash, I bet they would be like, "Well, shit, we got to get people to watch this. Let's give them a little bit more."
Well, hopefully it's
I don't
not
know.
a
Well, the thing is, you don't want to alienate that because here's the thing: is Green Lantern is not like your average TV watching person does not know who Green Lantern is
Right.
or give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the nerds like us, that's who you should be
Right.
pitching this to.
Yeah.
And if you get us to not watch it, if I don't watch it, my wife's not going to watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I watch it, she'll watch it. If she likes it, she'll tell her friends or her family.
Yeah.
My in-laws are not going to watch it.
Yeah.
And so it's weird that they would almost like bite the hands that feeds them to
Yeah.
a certain extent. And maybe I'm off base. That's just my take on it.
I mean, yeah, it's possible. I mean, I'm intrigued, but yeah, it does look like more of a crime drama than a but I've like I said, I've heard that this is just the starting point. It's going to get more into like space.
Yeah, but
and
when
all
in the
that.
second season that you may or may not get?
I don't
Like that's
know.
the issue too.
Well, I
is
hope
like
they're not. Yeah, like I hope they're not trying to have multiple. I kind of just want a one and done season, honestly, because it could set up them to go into the movies easily. Because like, oh, you don't know who these are? Well, go watch this show and you'll know. But
Yeah, I think what they do too much with these series when they don't know for sure that they're going to be greenlit for a second, third season, they're like, well, we don't want to, kind of like Jon Favreau did with Iron Man 1.
yeah,
It's like you don't want to put the Mandarin in the first movie
yeah,
because that's what we're building up to.
sure.
But
so we thought.
yeah, so we thought.
They did course correct
But-
though. Speaking of Shang-Chi, but
But
a little bit.
like I don't want them to just be like, okay, the final scene of episode 8 finally shows Jon Stewart put the ring on, get the full suit, and fly off into space, and then
Yeah.
That was kind of like that first season of Daredevil, right? Where he's
Yeah.
just wearing like a black hood most
But
of it.
people ended up loving that more than the suit, I think, that first season anyway. Because
Well,
I think they're still trying to work out the suit,
Yeah.
how the
Yeah.
make it
well,
look
they
so
didn't want
silly
to. They
or-
didn't want it to look like Ben Affleck's
Yeah.
leather
Right.
BDSM suit that he had.
I think there's a fine line with something like that between giving too much up front and letting it kind of
Right.
happen organically.
Right.
And that's why I think that's what Peacemaker had the benefit of is you had a series based on a character who already had appeared in a movie.
Right.
And that's why I think that worked so well. It's because you
Yeah.
didn't have to set up the character. We already knew who he
Yeah.
was.
True.
And
And
you knew
why he was where he was.
Yeah, and you saw him dealing with the shitty things that he'd done in that movie, where he kind of ended up becoming a villain, and then he tries to redeem himself a little bit.
Yeah.
And here you don't have any context going into it as to who these Green Lanterns are. So I can understand the whole we got to set this up, but don't take an entire season to do it.
Yeah.
Like
if there's not going to be any payoff.
if it's only 8 episodes, 2 episodes for setup, and then
Yes.
and then give
that,
us what we
yeah.
want. Give the fans
amp up the pace.
give the
and-
fans what they want.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm hoping maybe this preview was more off that. I don't know, but yeah, I hope we.
I mean, yeah, that could have
Hopefully
only
not the whole show, and it's like,
Yeah.
all right, last like
It's
you
a
said,
long
last
ass
5
trailer, and
minutes,
I was like, man, is this
here we go.
just
We're going to space?
is this trailer just one episode?
Right.
Or are we seeing the entire series laid out? And it's just much of a slow burn. So I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm gonna reserve judgment.
Yeah.
Ask me again in August.
Right.
Disclosure Day. This is a new Steven Spielberg film. It looks very intriguing. I feel like it's early Spielberg.
Yeah.
Like Close Encounters. And,
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like a sci-fi mindfuck kind of movie.
Yeah.
Spielberg is one of those directors that has never, in my opinion, has never been out of his prime.
Right.
Like just the
Exactly.
projects that he chooses and what he puts into them, he's
Exactly.
just always on it. I think about when people are like, "Oh, name your 5 favorite movies," and I'm like, 4 of those 5 are Spielberg movies.
Yeah.
Like weirdly enough.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Box Office, I mean, he made the summer blockbuster with Jaws and then everything. Well, did Jaws predate Star Wars?
Yeah, because it was like 75.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it predated it by like 3 years, 2
Yeah.
years. But yeah, but I think of Jaws is on my list.
Mm-hmm.
Jurassic Park is number 1 on my list. Saving Private Ryan is on my list. All of
like
these
my
movies
favorite
are
war movie.
Spielberg movies.
God, that movie's tough.
Yeah.
So I can't ever be like another Spielberg movie because this guy's just always on. Even his boring movies are still good.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what the Tom Hanks, the Bridge of Spies
I never
one,
did
which
see
wasn't
that
my
one.
cup of tea,
Yeah.
but it's still well done.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, like Catch Me If You Can. That was a good one.
There are some of those that are like less Spielbergy than others,
Maybe
right?
Indiana Jones 4, probably.
You know what?
If you take the CGI out and had more practical, I think
Yeah,
it would be a
I
lot
think
more better.
I think that was less Spielberg and more
Lucas's
like
problem.
ILM leaning on him or whatever.
Yeah. And AI, I think they say was like his first big flop, but that was like a Stanley Kubrick film, and he like took over.
Yeah. And so,
Which is I haven't seen it for a while, but I mean, it had some cool.
yeah,
elements
he
in
definitely has way more hits than misses.
Yeah,
and
for
so
sure,
I'll
yeah.
always give him the benefit of the doubt when
God,
it comes
that
to a new movie.
93, 94 timeline where he was, what was he? I think he was making Schindler's List, and then Jurassic Park, one of the first directors, I think, who did the long distance directing because he had to. But both movies are so different, in tone and.
That's got to be hard to go from something so like
Summer popcorny to
so depressing.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean that was
to a movie that they force you to watch in school. Because they did.
That's a hell of a
That's the
movie.
only time I ever watched Schindler's List was when we had to watch it in school, and I was like,
It's hard.
I think I've
this
watched
movie's
it a grand total of
depressing.
twice, and I didn't get through it all the way the second time around.
Girl in the Red Dress just gets me like. That's even before I was a father. It was very effective. He's coming back to this whole alien roots. The cast is great. I mean, you got Emily Blunt, White Russell's in this. I didn't see him in the trailer. I don't know if you guys did.
no, I don't.
I didn't
Not that I
think
recall.
I remember seeing
Colin Firth, Coleman Domingo. Yeah, it's written by David
Kep.
Kep, and he
Yeah.
also wrote Jurassic Park,
Yep.
Mission Impossible, and Black Bag.
This is one to see in the theater.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. It's gonna be.
I love it, yeah, because they're talking about like a cover up, like Roswell 79 years ago. They tried to cover this up, and
Yeah.
they're like it's like are they human vessels? Like Emily Blunt's character, that thing is so weird. She's
Yeah.
like a weather reporter or something. Like,
Yeah.
it's like what the hell's going on? Crop circles.
It's gonna be a good one. I agree with Jonah too. I don't think I've necessarily liked every single Spielberg movie I've seen. But
they're not all to my taste, but they're all very well
he's
done.
all-
Some of them
yeah.
had great concepts.
Goes
Just
just
the
really
endings
well.
fell short a little bit to me. Just kind of like a lot of people have that struggle, and I hope this one isn't one of those. Like
He has
satisfying.
He has the same problem that Stephen King does. Is an amazing story, and then the ending is kind of like,
Yeah.
well, how do I tie this up,
Right.
and make everyone happy?
Right.
You know,
Yeah. It's kind of like it's a lost situation where you have all these like, oh my god, and then oh that's it. Like,
Well, Lost suffered from
well, yeah.
the audience knowing exactly what was going on from the first episode, and then them trying to course correct and,
Right.
and pull the wool over our eyes, and we were not going to have that.
yeah,
But you can definitely tell this is a film to see in the theaters. Like, it doesn't have that cheapness factor that a lot of streaming movies have, or just cookie cutter movies have. Like that damn car coming out of the house. I fucking love that scene. Like that was like, oh my god.
Okay, speaking of Lost, real quick, in like TV series.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole, but if you guys haven't seen it yet, a show that does Lost better than Lost from start to the very end is called Manifest.
I love Manifest. That was a great series.
Do you agree with that, though?
Yes.
Because they clearly had their ending written before they filmed that pilot episode.
Yeah,
Because the way that it ties in is really good.
And
And
it
that was the
reminds-
biggest mistake Lost had, is they were kind of riding by the seat of their pants the entire time. And they might have filled in some things here and there, but start to end, Manifest is what Lost could have been if those guys knew what they were doing.
it reminds me of another series, and I don't know that it ever got a proper finish, but kind of reminds me in that same vein. The 4400.
Oh, yeah. I haven't watched that, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that based on a Stephen King
I
story?
think so. I'm not entirely sure on that. I'm pretty sure it is,
Yeah.
but it's kind of the same. Like,
Another airplane deal, right?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like where what is it, like the airplane disappears or something like that
For
5
10
years
years?
later?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's what Manifest, the premise is. It
like that.
appears 5 years later, and they take off from like Jamaica and they land in LaGuardia or wherever it is, like 5 years later, but they had taken off like that day.
Right.
Yeah, it's a a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
I think Netflix picked it up for its last season, I
They
believe.
did, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it got
I think
canceled.
all seasons eventually.
Which I'm
were.
glad they did, because again,
Yeah, to finish
by
it.
you get to the last episode, it all makes sense.
Yeah. It's one of those series where like it benefits you to I'm all for binging anyway, but it benefits you to binge
100%.
it.
So yeah, that comes out June of this year.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Good. We got some good summer ones so far.
Yeah, yeah. The whole Colin Firth character, it's like he's teleporting, like he's like have a seat and he's not there, in the kitchen, and then their eyes go that weird blue or whatever, and he's biting down to like, it's like, I'm like, what is that? It's like, the aliens, what the hell's going on? I just hope it has a good ending, like it makes sense, or it's just,
I'm sure it'll be
not too fantastical, or it's a secret ET sequel maybe.
Yeah.
He's Elliot.
10 ET Lane.
Yeah. Masters of the Universe full trailer just got released. Of course, we were talking about the original a while back here. I don't know if you guys were He-Man fans or knew of.
It's funny. I love the concept.
Yeah.
I had a few of the toys. I've never been a big He-Man collector.
Yeah. Same.
So I don't have like a collection of He-Man toys now, but I had a few of the toys as a kid. Never had the play sets or anything like that necessarily. But I love the world of Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
So I'm stoked for this. This looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's colorful.
And it leans into the source material as it should.
Yeah.
And it's going to have the problem with the old Dolph Lundgren Masters of the Universe, it didn't have a budget.
Yeah. It was like, was it a canon film too?
Yeah, I think it was a canon film. So it had no budget. So that's why the majority of it took place not in Eternia, but in
Earth,
on our world. Yeah. And this one looks like it's got the proper budget for what I want. So I'm stoked for this.
Which is why people freaked out with the behind the scenes video of him like on Earth. They're like, oh, he's back on Earth. Like, no, don't do this.
Yeah.
But this trailer explains it. Like he kind of either got erased or he just hadn't been back for a long time. And everything goes to hell too. It's like the whole kingdom's gone. Skeletor like wiped it out, and it looks like he bails out the old people to help.
It's got a very
fight.
like Return to Oz kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
And Idris Elba as Man-at-Arms.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's such
great casting.
Good casting.
Yeah. No, and the colors, the outfits, like these are toys.
Yeah.
They scream toy line.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get one. Who knows?
Oh, they'll 100% do movie versions, toys of this movie for sure.
I was really impressed with the. I don't know the character's name, but he approaches He-Man or Prince Adam, whoever he is in the scene. Maybe it's He-Man, but he's got that hook hand that it retracts or
just kind of forms a hook.
Yeah, I thought the CG was really well. It wasn't like mushy or anything. It felt like crisp and like functional. Like okay, believe that.
It kind of felt like
practical.
it was actually
right.
Yeah,
yeah. The premise is pretty cool, and the cast. Yeah, the cast is great. What'd you think of? Oh God, what's his face? It's escaping
Jared
me right
Leto?
now. Yeah, what'd you think of his Skeletor voice? It's different.
it was all right. I mean,
He's no Frank Langella.
no.
Did you want the He-Man? Do you want that one? Or...
Like from the memes. Remember. Until next time, kids.
I love the look.
It's so hard for me to be like, I can overlook Jared Leto because I thought I could overlook him in Tron Ares, and I really couldn't. I thought I could overlook him in Suicide Squad. I really couldn't for the 5 minutes he was there.
I actually forgot he was in that until you just said that. I memory blocked it.
Yeah,
I couldn't even overlook him as Morbius.
Sorry,
oh, that was bad.
we'll send you back to therapy after this.
Please.
As long as he's not so Jared Leto-y.
Right.
Does that make sense?
He can't help
I
himself.
don't think he
He's
will.
I
know,
don't think he
but,
can help himself.
There might be a transformation scene or some shit where he comes back to human form, but mostly it's just the skull and his voice, and I can't tell it's
Skeletor
his
looks
voice.
great.
He
Don't
does.
get me wrong.
Yeah,
Skeletor looks good.
Yeah.
But it's not because it's Jared Leto.
No.
He
it
looks
has nothing to
great
do
in
with Jared
spite of it being Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's the only part I'm like, oh,
Right.
this could knock it down a star. We'll see.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the voice. It was like kind of like a British, I don't know,
It's kind of like that
Lesbian
really
type of-
rough, kind of like a Dark Side-esque
kind of spoke like a
voice.
like a snake or like He-Man. I don't know. Can't do it. He-Man. I still want-
spell
I didn't
advertisements
expect- I didn't expect one from the cartoon though. Like, I'll get you. I'm like, yeah, it makes sense they didn't do that. It'd be pretty bad. I thought the transformation was cool because I think he goes up in the air or he's on the mountain, but like they do that like flash, and you just see like his body just
Yeah.
like, yeah. I know he's not like probably the biggest He-Man, but
Yeah.
Skeletor's got bigger muscles, but it's probably because they're fake. It's
Yeah.
just a dude in a suit, but it comes out in June.
Man, there's gonna be some good movies coming out in June, and
Busy summer.
I
it
know.
is, and most of my June's already spoken for.
Well, yeah, you're gonna miss out then.
I know.
There's at least 4 Tuesdays in June.
Yeah, and like 2 of those, I'm gonna be out of the country.
Right, I know.
Double features. Supergirl comes out June 26th. We were just talking about some DC stuff.
I wasn't even remotely like kind of hyped for it until I saw the most recent trailer with Lobo in it.
Yeah. What'd you think?
I'm pretty hyped for it.
Yeah, I'm stoked,
Yeah, he was born to play Lobo.
Oh my god,
dude.
the perfect Lobo.
100%.
Yeah, that was everyone knew
I
should
said
have
that
been.
years ago.
Yeah,
I can very much see the like James Gunn-ness to it,
right.
but I don't think it's going to be like Guardians with DC characters.
Yeah, like it does kind of have some of that.
And even if it is Guardians with DC characters, I don't think that's even a bad thing.
I really don't either. I just sometimes I don't want him to get like Taika Waititi did, where he like relies too much on that like I'm so witty humor kind of thing.
Right.
Well, I don't see James Gunn doing that.
As long as Crypto doesn't die.
I mean, he's producing it. He didn't
as
direct
long as the
it, so
dog
that
doesn't
helps.
die.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to Google. I'm gonna have to look that up on doesthedogdie.com.
Yes, I was just
Better
just
not.
gonna say that.
That's still a site, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
I think
Yeah.
it's still out there. DVD Easter eggs. Is still
I mean,
out
it's
there.
really a simple.
Mr.
Plot,
Skin's still
like-
out there.
I don't know. I haven't looked that one up yet, or in a while.
Google bottom out. I think this is based off the Michael Bendis Supergirl run, which is very different.
Tom King.
Oh, Tom King. My bad. Do you see a lot of familiarity with this? Or-
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
like
scene
the
for
loner
scene.
thing? Is that part
Yeah,
of
the loner thing, the
Yeah.
PTSD.
I mean,
aspect
they had
of
to
it.
change her up a little bit because she was kind of like a duplicate of Clark before, right? Sort of.
I've never looked at her like
Squeaky
that.
clean or.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you go
Yeah.
back far enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we were talking about lanterns and how like, I hope it doesn't not till like the last 5 minutes the suit's on. Like I kind of fear that for this, like because she's just wearing like regular clothes for a while, and then finally you see her kick some ass with the suit, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I hope we get a lot of that.
It looks like she's just wearing like a trench coat over the suit.
Yeah, that's what it kind of looks like.
she scenes with that, but there's also scenes where like she doesn't have like you don't see the S or anything, so it's
Yeah.
like. And she's got it folded up in one scene, and then Clark is a little cameo there. That's cool, and she's just like out throwing the ball in space with Crypto. Like I like the imagination there, and I think it's going to be a story like kids will love because it's like, oh, we got to save the dog, and it's very heartfelt. Lobo, he's kind of a dark character though, isn't he?
Oh yeah,
Dude,
So it's
Lobo-
like
I love
they
Lobo.
probably
I love
won't go
Lobo
too
too.
far with all that, but he's a demon, right? Is that
No, he's not a demon. He's the last Zarnian.
No,
He basically killed.
you call yourself a geek, Josh?
Yeah, so he
I don't
was.
know anything about comics.
He was he's the last of his kind
look.
because he killed off his entire planet.
Yes.
By basically like pissing into the water supply.
You know what I hope we get at some point, if they ever do an Injustice adaptation.
Yeah.
The scene of him losing his lower legs and getting the Green Lantern ring.
Yep.
He forms a giant dick. For those of you who haven't seen it.
Yeah, and like
It's hilarious.
let's see. He at one point dies and gets reincarnated as a woman
Yeah.
in Lobo's back. He in Infanticide he goes after to try to kill off his children because he had like a bunch of little bastard children. So he goes around to, like because again goes around to kill them off. He
It's very Game of
Father of the
Thrones.
He beats up Santa Claus because he's hired by the Easter Bunny to take out Santa Claus.
Yes.
He fights and whoops Superman's ass.
Yes.
Yeah, Lobo's
Because he's got magic, or
no, he's
Oh.
just
he's a badass.
he is a late 80s, early 90s anti-hero.
Okay,
So he embraces that aspect of it.
right.
Like there was a copy that came out, a new comic which we're going to review on our show in a couple weeks or month or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that issue fully embraces all of what I love about Lobo.
Oh, cool.
So
Looking
Nice.
forward to that.
So yeah, if you like Lobo, you'll like that. If you don't like Lobo, you'll not like that. But if you like Lobo, you'll like that first issue.
I have to do a quick segue, and this is more of a number one comics topic, but you remember the Marvel versus DC where they had him fight Wolverine?
Yeah.
Who did you have in that fight?
At the time,
Yeah.
like when it came out,
Yeah.
I'd choose Wolverine.
I had Wolverine at the time, but looking back on it, I probably would have chose Lobo.
I think I probably had Wolverine too at the time. Now, keep in mind, Marvel versus DC, like there was really no winners and losers because neither company wanted
Right.
the other person to lose.
Actually, you could vote for it. There's like a 900 number or something. You could.
Now,
vote
have you
for it.
seen? There was a kind of an amalgam
Yeah.
mashup of Wolverine and Logan. Have you seen that image? Yeah, and I think it's like Logo is the name.
Yeah. Then he did Dark Claw.
Dude, Dark Claw is badass.
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
Are you guys familiar with the villain in this trailer? He's like from the Yellow Hills or something. He's like the dude that shoots
I know
Crypto. Or...
fuck all about Supergirl.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah. But did Crypto ever, or not Crypto, I'm sorry, did Lobo ever cross paths with her in the comics? And her,
He's cross paths with pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yes. I mean, because also too, she like 6 Degrees of Separation. She hung out with the Legion of Superheroes for a while, and Lobo also has ties to the Legion.
okay, sure.
To the Legion. So
Gotcha.
yeah, there's some crossover there.
Yeah, and she's got like a sidekick in this movie where, you know, it's like she's out for vengeance from, it's like her and this girl both lost their families.
It's an escort mission, basically.
Yeah.
Like she's kind of.
Yeah. And I wonder if they'll like go into that with Lobo about like, you know, her family's gone. I guess his is technically gone, but he killed them. So I don't know if they kind of have a little light humor with that or how that's gonna.
I'm just excited to
relate.
see.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see what Jason Momoa does with Lobo.
Oh yeah,
I think it's going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah, it looks fun. Visually looks great.
Going back to answer your one question, the Krem of the Yellow Hills, he is the bad guy from that series that you're talking about. That this is heavily based on.
Okay,
The Tom King one.
So that's definitely pulled
So
in from
yes,
the
a lot of that. Yeah.
We get to see like her origin, like how she was sent away and like where she lived in Krypton, I think is very different than Clark's. Like, weren't they in like a tiny city or something like that? Do you recall? It's like a miniaturized place, and it's like collected from this one person. I don't know. I know there's probably several
from like the. Are you talking about like the bottled city or whatever it is?
Yeah. Is it Kandor?
That was like a whole thing with like Brainiac and all that. I think.
Yeah, that's probably
It's probably
that's
a whole lot of DC lore. That I'm
one
not
of
familiar
many.
with.
I don't know. It looks like there's a scene where there's kind of like a ball over there. They're part of the planet or whatever. So I don't know if that'll get explored or not. But
I know what you're.
I'm intrigued.
I know of what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Just not
yeah.
about what you're talking
And
about.
I think that concept was in the original Supergirl movie.
I'm looking it up right now.
Okay, cool.
Supergirl was primarily from Argo City, which was the city-state on the planet. It was a city-state on the planet of Krypton. Unlike
Kandor?
many other
Is that what you're
Kryptonian
talking
cities, Argo
Yeah.
City survived the initial destruction of Krypton thanks to a force field created by her father, Zor-El.
That's what I'm thinking of, probably.
Kara grew up there as a teenager for about 15 years after Krypton's explosion, while the city drifted through space. And then it was eventually doomed by radioactive kryptonite. This is according to
So yeah,
Google.
It could
Google,
totally be
yeah.
its own thing. Like, she does get launched away. So,
Yeah.
and I know like
And that's probably also why she makes that comment about how like it wasn't destroyed in like a day or whatever, because if it's got her floating out in space, you know, in this dying
Yeah.
city for 15 years or whatever it is.
Right. I don't know if it would be more of a traditional telling versus Superman. Like, I love Superman, but it was definitely not what I was expecting, you know, from what we've seen before. Like, just the order of things, I guess, you know, and the twist about his parents and so on.
Be interesting to see like another side of DC from
Yeah.
what we've gotten already.
Well, I like it's like a filler in between Superman
Yeah.
films, because
Well-
that's coming. That'll be coming
Yeah.
soon.
Well, and Superman's like so all American, apple pie, and
Right.
everything, and
Very grounded.
she's more. This is more like punk rock and bourbon.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Which makes it more interesting and not so cookie cutter of Clark's.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, that's
Side
the
of
same thing
things.
with like comics or with any of the
Yeah.
MCU movies and stuff. There's a little something for everybody, and not everything has to be, the same.
Yeah.
So, which I think is good, and
Sure.
if anybody can pull that off well, it's James Gunn. So,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I didn't bother to look at the director. I know James Gunn's obviously producing it, but
Right. I
Yeah.
don't mean to just throw his name out there as like he's in charge of everything, but
right. I mean, he is,
kind of is, but
Yeah, he's
you know
the
what I
Kevin
mean.
Feige, so yeah, I mean,
Right.
he definitely is probably putting his 2 cents in some of it. Soundtrack looks great. Yeah, very Guardians type, where they take old songs and kind of, introduce them again to the world. But-
Craig Gillespie is the director.
Okay.
The only thing I would have known him from was I, Tonya.
Oh God, really?
Oh, wow.
Okay.
He also
Okay.
directed Cruella, which I never saw.
Oh, that was people like that one.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was one of those during the pandemic Disney Plus movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which Emma Stone, anyway, is fantastic
Oh
actress.
gosh, she can't do anything wrong, really.
No.
She's great in everything. I still gotta see her latest one. One-
So fucking crazy.
Begonia.
Yeah.
It is so crazy. It is good.
Shaved her head for it.
Yeah.
Backrooms. This is trippy as hell.
I am hyped for this.
Yeah, this looks solid.
Yeah, it's very eerie,
so this-
creepy. Yeah.
This guy, Kane Parsons, aka Kane Pixels, started this on YouTube with like just doing his own special effects and stuff like that. And he did a phenomenal job with that. So I'm really excited to see what he can do with an actual budget from
Yeah.
A24.
Yeah, because he isn't this director we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
He's only done like TV type stuff, and you said his own channel. He's doing
Yeah.
this?
He started this like well, I won't say he started the Backrooms lore or whatever.
I don't know
know,
anything of it.
It's like one of those internet created,
Yeah, it's
Like-
it's
like
kind
a
of like
Slender
a
Man
it's kind of like
type.
a 4chan,
oh
like
yeah,
kind of
gotcha.
or a what's
Yeah.
that?
like a
Momo.
creepypasta,
Yeah,
yeah, Yep.
kind of thing. But yeah, it looks really good, and there's so much you can do with
Yeah.
this anyway, and yeah,
Yeah, A24. So it's
which is
Isn't it pretty
great
good?
because he's a very art house kind of
yeah,
guy anyway. So
Sure.
A24 is a good studio for him to work with.
yeah. It's just so creepy, like the store, and I think it takes place in the past a little bit because of the camera
Well,
type of.
the Backrooms is like, I know I've talked about this before. It's hard to like just kind of put it in a
Yeah, sure.
Cliff Notes version or whatever, but it's kind of like I don't know, like alternate reality. Like if you were to like no clip into the space where like textures load in a video game or something like that.
Yes,
Where like assets are hidden and
Yeah.
stuff, and it's just
sure.
the whole like liminal space kind of thing.
Right.
That's what it is. I mean,
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to just give you a brief synopsis
Right.
of it without.
It might be one of those where
watching
you
it.
make your own interpretation in the end. Who knows? But
Yeah.
Yeah. And in terms of like you talk about like taking place like back in time, think of it like this: is like in dreams, like you don't have a cell phone
right
in your dreams.
Yeah,
like I
right.
never have my smartphone in my dreams, but my dreams don't necessarily take place back in time.
right.
So that's how I kind of look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, that little crack in the wall, like it's like drapes or something, and they go
Yeah.
into it, and
It's so they do this. They're doing this thing more with like, especially with internet-based horror, where it's called like liminal spaces. So it'd be like if you just woke up and found yourself in Valley West Mall and nobody else was around.
Yeah.
And it'd be like
I
every
belong.
footstep you take,
Yeah.
you're not sure if what you're hearing is an echo of you or if it's somebody in the distance that's like kind of stalking you.
right.
A good example of like a liminal space too is if you ever go to like a big, like MGM Grand Casino in Vegas, like one of their wings leading to the hotel rooms is like a endless hallway. And if you take a picture or a video of it, it like never ends.
Yeah.
That is like a liminal space.
It's like you don't know, like when you're walking along, you don't know if you're getting closer to a certain point
Yeah.
or further away from a certain point.
There's that scene where you see a figure like far away, and
Yeah.
it's like hello, and
Yeah.
yeah. Oh God, that would be. That's what I
Well,
kind of
this-
felt like that. Like this, is like it feels like a old, like Valley West Mall or abandoned like lower floor of Merle Hay Mall.
Well, the
you
thing
know.
was too, like I knew he was like working on this
yeah.
or whatever, and then this trailer just like I didn't even know the trailer was out until
Oh really?
like last night. I was looking at Facebook. I'm like,
Well, I remember they launched. Yeah, it was like a week ago. They launched the teaser, and it was like it took you like floor by floor, and every floor got weird. Like like you were saying, buffering and stuff.
So
a chair was like halfway in the floor.
Like the way
explains that.
And it's one of those things that like it's kind of like the SCP Foundation or something like that, where it's like kind of a thing where like fans of it kind of like build onto the lore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like floor 0 is like this yellow space that we see in the trailer.
Yeah.
Floor 2 or whatever it is like where you just drop through the sky and it's just nothing but an endless ocean.
Right.
Or something.
Yeah.
You know, it's like each area is like its own different kind of space or whatever.
Kind of hints at like life being a simulation, sort of.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you like just woke up and found yourself in Inception or something like that.
So what are the hazard suits about? You think it's about like the corporation or the foundation or whatever it is?
Man, we could do an entire like we could do a super unknown podcast about the Backrooms.
Okay, I'm game. Yeah,
and we can go into it further that way.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of like there's a.
It's just so vague for me. It's vague because it's like, what the hell?
It is, and it's so like
I'm intrigued though. Like I want.
It's so hard to just be like.
I'm always intrigued by these. I love these modern day,
like mind fucks or whatever.
Yeah, again, Slender Man. These things, these urban legends that are created in modern day.
Yeah.
Where they don't go back centuries necessarily. It goes back 5 years, 10 years.
And it's something where it's not like so fantastical that it's out of the realm of possibility kind of thing.
Yeah, Kane Parsons is the director. So.
Yeah,
that's the guy that has the YouTube series.
Yeah.
So that's just following because I remember like when they were teasing this trailer, it was like a big deal. I'm like, I don't know this guy, and I'm like, all right, I'm sure he's done like a lot of things I'm familiar with. No, I'm not familiar with like anything.
Well, and I think that's so great too is like when you find somebody who has built the fandom or whatever you want to call it, is involved in it. Like with Five Nights at Freddy's, Scott Cawthon was involved in that.
Sure.
You know, that's so important.
Yeah.
You know, especially just with the following it has. Like if you just threw it at some random person who didn't know what the hell they were doing with it.
Right. Or will like reinvent it in their own.
Yeah. They'll like do their own
way.
interpretation. Nobody's going to be happy with it.
It's like it's about workers going to the back room and just bitching about their job.
Kind of like what we got with the Super Mario Brothers movie, the original one we were talking about. You're looking for him on YouTube, look up Kane Pixels.
Kane Pixels?
Yeah. He's done a lot of really cool stuff out there.
Nice. Yeah, that's my whole introduction to him. So yeah, we're into checkouts and reviews. I'll start. I finally saw Sinners.
About time.
You finally saw it?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm just here for some music, some drinks, some
Michael B. Jordan. And Michael C. Jordan.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Were you there when Steve?
I love that story. Yeah. Yes. I love that.
He deserved that Oscar. That was a great performance. I mean, it was a close race, but no, he did a great job. The movie's great, and Autumn, I'm gonna butcher her name, but she won for best cinematographer.
Autumn Durald Arkapaw.
Thank you. First female to win for cinematography. That's remarkable. That's crazy, and it's beautiful. Like
it's well shot.
Oh my god, the just driving down the road with the car, like holy shit, and it's very deep movie. Like I know I need to see it again just to understand more of like what some things meant, and it's a lot more than just vampires. Like there's a lot going on.
Oh yeah,
it's like metaphors and all that shit. And did you guys stick around for the end credits? I take it or no?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm shocked that kind of wasn't included in the ending. They kind of like rolled the credits, and you see him as I don't want to give it away, but anyway, yeah, really cool scene, great cast, and yeah, it was beautifully made. I love the special effects. They're not like too over the top. The little eyes, how they can change their color, and him jumping out, or him like coming out of the cornfield, the vampire, like him smoking, like that was quite an introduction. I'm like, what is happening? This is nuts. But yeah, there's like so much going on for one night, and I didn't realize how sexual it was.
Dude, vampires are a horny bunch.
Yeah, they are. Well, no, I think this was before some of them became vampires. I also saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze.
Have you never seen that before?
Well, no, I have.
You were-
Guys,
Come
they made
on.
a sequel. No, no, it was a
Vanilla Ice was in it.
Oh god, Fathom event put it on, and I saw like the first one, like I don't know, 6 months ago or whatever.
So was that like a Flicks or something, or where was that at?
No, it was at Cinemark, but I think
okay.
other theaters some
Kind of
would
like
have it.
kind of like the thing they did for like the Star Trek films that we went and saw,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's just like they re-released it.
Yeah, there's like some trivia. This included a featurette, which I was not expecting. I believe it was Kevin Eastman. He was just sketching, and it was the Last Ronin character, but they don't ever bring it up. He just was saying like, yeah, you know, when the Secret of the Ooze title came to be, that was something we always envisioned exploring in the comics. So it was kind of like one of those, you know, that's how they were connected with a little bit. Tad connected with the premise of the sequel, but yeah, he's drawing this the whole time, and there's like this featurette that's like intercutting with it. It's like basically concept for a Last Ronin type of film in a way. First, you're like, is this like test footage or what is this? And then all of a sudden, like the foot soldiers are like robotic or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, the turtle is a lot more bigger, taller.
Yeah.
The head's kind of too big for the body, but I get it. It's like probably a shoestring budget what they did. Now I do have the original trilogy now on 4K, which I did a video on. Have not looked at those yet because I was kind of waiting because like, oh, I'm gonna go see in the theater. I might as well just wait. But I wonder if that featurette's on the second one. I hope
I'd be
so.
interested to see it. That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
No, it was cool. I was really surprised by it. And like I said, I don't believe they ever mentioned this type of character. He just drew it, and they were just talking about the turtles themselves. But the whole time they're showing things unrelated to the turtles, kind of like a whole other type of like, you know, what if the live action went this direction? There you go. I need to check that out.
And he wasn't drawing Slash, right? It was
No.
no.
It was, but yeah, maybe they just couldn't say what the character was, but he was just drawn. But no, it was a treat. It was really cool. So it's like right now it's the closest we're gonna get to live action.
Yeah.
And it's very short, obviously.
Well, I am, now that Jonah has returned this to me, I'm going to let you borrow this because as a Ninja Turtle fan, you are really going to like this.
Love it. Thank you.
It's good.
Yeah,
read.
it's a great read. I will say that if we do at some point get a live action version of this, I picture it as like a mix between the first Ninja Turtles movie and the movie Dark City.
Oh.
Or like Sin City or something kind of like
Yeah, no, right.
something kind of like that,
Yeah.
where it's just like,
Yeah.
you know, a world that's gone to shit.
Right. And
Let's put it that way.
I will say, like, it's been kind of hard to see like old films because I'm an adult now, and in some ways, but like the humor I picked up on, I was like, ooh, it's good, but it's like they really made it kid friendly the second one, and I really like the first one more for it being a little more dark and gritty.
I still think the number one. I still think the first movie holds up way better than the other two.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Number two, if they do end up doing a Last Ronin live action, love to see Judith Hoag make a reappearance as April O'Neil.
Right.
She would be perfect for it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and they were close. I think.
I know they were close with it, and
the new Skydance merger. Blah, blah,
It's-
blah, yeah.
It's a mess. I don't know that we'll ever get it, but if I had to pick between getting a live action film of The Last Ronin and another $80
Video game,
40 hour video game, I'd probably take
which we
the
are
film.
getting, right?
We are,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic about it. We'll see. It'll probably be released on the PS7, but we'll find out. Who knows?
Hopefully I'll have a PS5 by that. No, I have a PS5 now. But
Yeah,
hopefully Grand Theft Auto comes out on PS5 by then.
yeah, exactly.
I don't have a 5 yet, so
It's coming out. That's coming out on International Men's Day, by the way, which I didn't even know was a thing.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
sure.
Anyway,
See you guys at the party.
yeah. What do we even get for that?
Are we men?
What's the flag look like? I did watch the latest episode of the Amazing Digital Circus. It's kind of like along the same lines as those like Has Been Hotel,
Okay.
Hell of a Boss, those
Oh,
sort
sure.
of things. Like the
Yeah.
voice actors are at last year's Des Moines Con. It's like kind of a cartoon if a cartoon was based on I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream by Harlan Ellison.
Okay.
So it's really, really pretty dark, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun, and I'm disappointed but excited that the next and last episode is coming out in June. So that's another thing that I'm going to have to check out this summer. It's primarily on YouTube, but they also release it on Netflix. Like, I think it's like a week or two after it debuts on YouTube, they have it on Netflix. It's pretty easy to catch up on. They're like 20-minute episodes.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
So you could catch up
Back to back,
in an
binge 'em.
afternoon. I haven't necessarily seen a new movie, but I did played a new video game recently. Just came out not long ago. Resident Evil Requiem, the 9th in the series. Resident Evil is celebrating its 30th anniversary, or just celebrated its 30th anniversary. About a third of the way through the game right now. It's by no means is it my favorite one, but it's still a pretty good one.
Is it?
Like horror-wise and everything. They've definitely kind of gone back to their roots a little bit. So
it's brand new. It's not like a
Yeah.
remastered or anything like
Yeah.
that. Is it scary or is it kind of like
it is. I mean, it kind of goes back.
probably hard to scare you though? You've become accustomed to.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, like 7 did it so well as far as like being scary and unexpected. But this kind of goes back and forth from like third-person action to first-person horror. So it's kind of,
yeah.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
Is it as good as the movies, in your opinion?
Ooh, that's a
The
tough
Mila
Was
Djokovic.
that a sarcastic question?
Yeah, that
Because
was
those movies are garbage.
call. Oh man,
Wasn't the first one as close as you could probably get?
No.
No, I would say Welcome to Raccoon City was the closest
Really?
you're going to
And
get.
I got shit on too, didn't it?
But that was the best one.
Yeah.
That was my
Yeah.
favorite of the Resident Evil movies.
Right.
yeah, Mila Jovovich sucks.
God, didn't they make 6 of those with her?
I made way too many of them, that's for sure. Speaking of that, so the new Resident Evil live action movie that they're doing,
Yes.
the director from Weapons,
Yes.
Anthony Starr, sadly said he is not going to play Albert Wesker.
Oh, darn. Was that a fan casting or did he actually express he wanted to do
A
it?
lot of fans were really pushing him for it because
shit.
he basically, if you put sunglasses on
Yeah.
Homelander,
Yep.
he looks like Albert Wesker.
Sure.
But he's like trying to not, once the boys is over, I don't want to play a psycho guy.
Yeah,
He's like,
I get
want
it.
somebody younger to play him.
It's like Bryan Cranston after Breaking Bad. They're like, you should be Lex Luthor, and it never happened,
Yeah.
obviously. Well, I saw Weapons, so
About fucking time. No, I'm just kidding.
Jeez.
This is the Josh catches up on.
have you guys seen Weapons?
Yeah, Weapons.
Dude,
Weapons is good
that
stuff.
was crazy.
No, that was a good film.
That was a great movie.
Happy that she won the Oscar.
She was super creepy in that.
Oh my god!
great in
And I
that
see how
movie.
people love her. Like, yeah, she's kind of like a Freddy. Like you kind of love her, or you kind of root for her a little bit. But yeah, she's fucked up, obviously. And I haven't seen Barbarian. I haven't seen his other
Oh,
work.
you've
Really.
got to check out
on.
Barbarian.
You're killing me, dude.
You've got to check out Barbarian. It's
Barbarian is one of those that takes like this. It starts out one way, it takes this left turn, and just doesn't stop.
He's going to be in charge of Resident Evil.
I can't wait to see what he does with
That's
Resident
got to
Evil.
be. That's got to be a big deal. Like I'm sure he'll make it. I know we've talked about it before when he first mentioned he was doing it. That his idea for it anyway.
Yes,
Is really gonna
his
take you
idea
there.
for it is phenomenal. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you what his idea is because I want you to go back and watch the episode.
But yeah, speaking of Field of Geeks, plug in our network here, our network of shows. We cover entertainment news, commentaries, supernatural shit, comics.
Supernatural shit.
That's right.
Natural shit.
That's right. Star Trek. We also do reviews, interviews, and so much more.
You just recently did a mission report too,
Yeah.
didn't you?
Yep. Star Trek mission report. Steve and I.
Yeah. And first episode of What Are We Watching
I know with my
finally came
wife.
out. It's
Right.
crazy.
We still got to film another episode. So
10 years.
we're
10
still
years
not
later.
going to let you down with the timing.
10 years later.
Yeah, right. So
Right.
episode 2, everybody.
Your grandkids are running around in the background.
Right. Shut up. Yeah, lots of content out there. And then we got some commentaries coming. I think we're going to tackle another one soon here.
Yeah.
Got to figure out timing.
#1 comics podcast.
Yep.
It's another one out there you can check out.
These two gents here talking comic shit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Just first issues.
We got issues.
No number twos. Darn it.
Nope.
No, it was funny because for this set that we're going to be recording hopefully next week, and we're going to be covering like some event comics.
Yeah.
One of the number ones that I'd thrown in there, I had handed off to you, and I hadn't even like read it yet, and it was actually like the 4th issue of this event because it started at 5 and counted down.
Oh, okay.
So number 1 was actually like the 4th issue, and I was
Whoa,
like,
how do
so
you do that?
I'm gonna put it on the back burner. I don't know if we're gonna do that one yet or not.
That could be interesting, though.
It could.
Yeah.
I mean, I could still read. I could still do it, but
I mean, technically, it is a number one.
Oh, yeah.
it is. But then I was like, man, it's weird. It made me feel weird. So I don't know. We'll see.
Was violated. Check us out wherever you find your podcasts. YouTube, fieldofgeeks.com.
Yes.
It's all out there, and it's free
It is.
for now.
You know what else is free? Good music. Like the guy that did our intro theme, Raven X. Rave X Music.
I thought you were about to do like an advertisement for like Napster for a second. You know what else is free?
You know
Good
what else is
music.
free?
Go to
LimeWire.
Napster.
Do you want viruses? Of course you want viruses. No, check out the Rave X Music podcast, youtube.com at RaveXMusic or ravexmusic.bandcamp.com. Great music out there, podcasts. You can go to Bandcamp, download any episodes, all of his music, libraries out there as well. He does the intro theme for
Field of
Number One
Geeks.
Comics and Field of Geeks as well.
Yep.
So go check that out.
Yeah, he really gave us a voice for our intros, and it's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. Real
Steve's
treat.
also got a YouTube channel out there now.
Yeah, he does.
Got some YouTube shorts out there for Grand Theft Auto Roleplay.
Yeah.
So go check that out.
I think it's.
I don't know what
I'll
it
put
is.
it right here, but
Yeah, we'll put it up there somewhere.
he's got like 3 characters he's doing. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
There should be like a way for you to cross over or do something.
Well, he does. I think he does Xbox
Actually, he does computer. It's
or computer.
It's PC.
So
yeah.
I don't
Because
think
doesn't he where like he like has the flashlight and like stares in the corner and gets everybody to come over? And,
Yeah,
like,
he's
stare-
done
Yeah,
that.
that's hilarious.
He's like this slender guy right now that gets in a fight, and he's like posing in front of people and
It's pretty
plays a
entertaining. I
cop.
love it.
And yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. But yeah,
Yeah, I'll get some gameplay stuff out there at some point.
sure. No, it'd be cool if you guys had a crossover and
I wish
awesome
they'd.
way.
I wish they'd let you do. Well, at the same time, I don't. But I wish they'd let you do cross-platform on it. But they don't.
I know that'll come for.
But then again, I don't want any of the PC Master Race kids out there cleaning my fucking clock.
It sounds like there's a story there. I don't know.
Yeah,
Field Geeks After Dark.
this is why I don't play multiplayer. Anyway,
Well, with that said, I'm Josh.
I'm Jonah.
I'm Bill.
We'll be back. Take care.
Later.